What's up, guys? I've been talking about doing like a Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries breakthrough or playthrough for a while now, and I figured I'd just start it this morning. It's loud. Look, I'm trying to put up as many good games that I know are really good games. Um, that I think a lot of people would enjoy, and games I'm trying to start like groups in like squads and stuff like that. I covered a game. Hold on, Bubba. You got to give me room to put my phone, brother, so I could see any comments. I tried to put another game. I tried to add to my roster, Delta Force, which I've talked about again before because I keep getting these insane offers and insults and everything else over that game. Um, which is why I'm addressing it now because I know those people are watching this video. Okay, so let me be clear. I'll never cover that game again. Not because the game was really all that bad. I mean, matter of fact, if you'd have bothered watching my video, all the way through it, I was complimenting the game. I was talking good about the game. Then at the end, I found cheaters in the game, and that's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I don't remember dunking on the game at all. So that tells me a lot. Like, the only thing they did was read the headline, they didn't watch the video. If that was all of it, that would be one thing. But to get the threats, the offers to cover it in good, like basically in a good light. In other words, lie to everybody. Um, oh, if I put 200 hours in the game and stream it, of course, or add it to my video collections, then you know I would get more subs and follows and viewers and blah 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 blah. I don't usually delete comments unless they're like super toxic, right? But I'm telling you, I've been accused of hiding my difficulty level that I was playing on that game. It was a starter game. I even said there it's the first time I was playing it. I don't know how you hide your difficulty level or why you would. I to me that's just how do you say the thoughts of an insane person that's way too into a game. If they're going to get onto a channel that has 2 hours of gameplay in this game, right? And at the very end calls out a cheater, and you're going to get on there and say that I was trying to hide my difficulty level, for what purpose? What purpose would it serve me to hide my difficulty level on a game that I said I just started playing? And what does that matter when I'm catching cheaters in after I went down, that view at the end where they show you your other teammates. And if it's full of bots, as you say, that can cheat as they are, okay, that's in that clip, why would I want to play the game? Why would I want to play the game? And if I'm not willing to play the game, why would I advertise it to the few people that I have to watch my content to play the game? I mean, look, man, I'm trying to have a good time and get people back to having fun, good social experiences, talking on mics, doing teamwork, stuff like that. All that is really important to me. That's why I cover and search these sandstorms. A lot of these games that I get into, that I really get into, I mean, they're really good games. And the biggest thing, they have really good communities. So far, and I'm not saying all of Delta Force is like this, the entire Delta Force community, but I'll be surprised if there's more than 10 of them, to be honest with you, because it's the same people over and over again. that are sending these comments and DMing me worse shit. Um, why is it so important to you that I cover it? And well, no, I know why it's so important to you because there's nobody playing the game, and I'll give you the same advice that I gave to the devs. Take it off the free to play market. That way, all the cheaters they can't just turn around and go right back in the other door. That would end the cheating problem, or at least it would put a big cap on it. I mean, with it being free to play, that opens the door to a whole bunch of cheaters. That's the worst that I said about that game. Matter of fact, I even gave excuses, which I wish I hadn't done now. I was in there saying about I was talking about how the game, even if you do lose to cheaters, you're going to get another kit back fairly quickly. Like, you know, well, a full field kit and all that. I mean, for cheap. And I was talking about how it's easy to make technique, which is like one of their five currencies or three currencies in there. I'm never gonna be a fan of the COD operators. They only put those guys in there with those special abilities so that they can sell the product. I mean, that's COD does it, Battlefield does it, now Delta Force does it. That's ridiculous. I mean, I don't. You guys listen. This is a way that they'll just end this. And if you never want to watch my content again, I get it. You cannot buy me out. Okay? You cannot shame me into covering your stupid video game positively. If I get into the game and I decide it's a good game, I'm going to cover it positively. Like I do plenty of games. I mean, the mass majority of games I cover in a positive light. But this is why I keep getting further and further away from PvP games. Because those are the type of people that I run into. I mean, Arc Raiders is another example. It's a great game. I love the game. But the PvP players in it are fucking toxic. And let me tell you something. As soon as they came out, as soon as everybody was talking about a PvE mode and Arc Raiders, all the PvP players lost their freaking minds. You know why? Because the mass majority of people do not want to tolerate them. They don't want to play games with them because what comes with PvP players are cheaters, okay? And just horrible people who only get entertainment out of one thing griefing other people. And I just don't have time for that. You know what I mean? I have a freaking list, a huge list of games I have to go through. I don't have time to sit down and put 200 hours into a stupid fucking video game so I can find out later if I like it or not. I have to move through these games quickly if I can, and if I find one that shines like a gem, like Insurgency Sandstorm has, which I got news on that by the way in a minute. Then yeah, I'm good with that. I mean, I'm gonna cover it positively. I'm definitely not gonna cover any game positively where I'm threatened, bribed, offered subs and followers if I just, you know, go along to get along. Basically sell anybody who trusts my content or watches my content for nothing. You know what I mean? If I sell them out, that's basically what these people are asking me to do, and I'm not doing it. And look, I'm not big on deleting comments, but like the two people that had commented on there, neither one of them, even though I was asking them, neither one of them could tell me what these other players were doing. And if they're trying to tell me that at the end, after you die, that the people that I'm watching play the game for the match to end and all that are just bots, why would they even have that as a feature? Why do I care what bots are doing? I mean, you're telling me that the entire player base of Delta Force is nothing but bots on both sides. Man, just stop. And then the one dude was like, "Oh, you probably never ran into a human." Okay, whatever you say, guy. Yeah. I never ran into a human. You got it. You figured it all out. You know more than me. You're so much more skilled than me because that's what you're really aiming at here. If you just get good at the game, right? If you just had some skill, right? I mean, then you'd like Delta Force. You would enjoy running with cheaters. You would enjoy dealing with a community that so far my only experience has been. And look, there has to be good people in Delta Force. There has to be. But so far I've not met one of them. Not one has left a comment saying, "Hey, dude, we do have a cheater problem in this game, and I appreciate you pointing that out. Maybe the devs will deal with it." Because nowhere in my video was I bashing on the game. But anyway, I don't know where else to get it out besides getting it out here because this is what I'm doing now. I'm doing streams. I'm still gonna be making solid videos and putting them out, but it's for one, it's easier just to get on and play the game. That's what I do when I get on the videos anyway, and to show everybody what the game is about and to have fun and stuff. But I never thought that becoming a content creator would actually separate me more than bringing me together with gamers. But it seems like the only people, I mean, it seems like the good gamers keep quiet. And these horrible, toxic, bad gamers, they just, go on these rant fests and just make up the most insane, dumb um, insults and like accusations. Like I said, oh, I could see you behind your difficulty level. Why would I do that? I'm not obsessed with being looking like I'm the best guy in the game. That's your deal, and that makes me think you're a cheater because that is something that's high on your list. Do you have to be seen as some kind of I don't know super fucking PvP guy? I could care less, man. I just want a good, fun video game. That's it. That's it. Anyway, moving on. Man, I this is why I took a break for as long as I did. This is part of the reason, anyway, because I just kept running into the worst of the worst people. When I covered Arc Raiders, right? Again, I praised that game in so many ways, but in the one way that I had actually bashed it and said, hey, look, this ain't working out, is in the way that they added into the game later on, which is PvP, right? It just doesn't work in a third person game. It doesn't. I mean, hell, it doesn't work in Red Dead Online either. It just doesn't work in a fucking third person game. It doesn't work in a game that's structured like Arc Raiders is. And Arc Raiders, I'm sorry, who is it? The company Embark, yeah. They're just so possessed because they're making. Look, let me explain something to you. The reason that they have to stick with PvP, they don't want to move to anything else but PvP. Unlike other games like Insurgency Sandstorm now, they're leaning more into a co-op kind of thing. I think most people want that because, like I said, we're tired of cheaters. The reason they keep doing that and leaning into this PvP model is because all they have to do is make a map and then set us all against each other. They don't actually have to do work after that. They just make a map and then we are just enjoying um the playground. That's it. They make the playground, we make the fun. We do the imagining. Well, I'm not doing that anymore, man. I'm not low bar like that anymore. And that goes for like games like Battlefield 6 and the rest of them. I mean, back in the day, it was great to play PvP games, and then they tied in crossplay. They made it possible where PC players with computers and mouses could play with console players, which put console players at a huge disadvantage. You know what I mean? Because you have to actually have skill to use a controller. You don't have to have skill to point a mouse at something. Um, Hold on, I'm listening to myself echo. Sorry about that, and it's making me lose my train of thought. Um, Look, basically, what I want is to give people good experiences. Games that maybe they'll check out. I don't know why that's so controversial. I don't even have that many people subbed. I think I got what 71 or 76 people subbed to my channel. That's it. I mean, why are people doing this? Why are they attacking a channel that doesn't even have 1,000 viewers yet? But yet they're on there bag because they can. That's why. If they tried to do that with any other channel, they'd be laughed off of it. So, oh, I was talking about PvP. Yeah, this is why I've been moving more towards co-op and single player games. Mainly, look, I still want to play with people. I just don't want to play with these toxic fucking pieces of shit that I've been stuck with. And it's just impossible to find them in a PvE game. I'm sorry, in a PvP game. Sadly, the majority of those people are just angry people who probably never achieved nothing. I'm not saying all PvP players are like that. I'm saying the people that are the most vocal, ignorant people. Um, this is my full. This is my main game, by the way, with clan tech and stuff. I want to do a full playthrough of this to give you guys an idea of what Mechwarrior 5 is. I mean, it really is a good game. It really is. Let's see. I'd like to do a new game plus so I could bring my mechs that I already have into this game because I put so much work into them. And look, I recommend it if you're going to be playing this game, you play through it first, gather mechs and pilots, hero pilots and all that stuff, and then maybe, yeah, start a new campaign. Bring your mechs into that campaign. That way you already have pilots, mechs, and all that that are able to handle the missions that you're going to be, tasked with dealing with. But instead, I'm gonna take the instant kick in the ass and start with a new. Oh man, do I want to do a new campaign? I think I just want to do career mode. Hmm. There's another game I wanna. Maybe I should have been covering that this morning because look, I'm just playing the games I want to play and then streaming it. But Mountain Blade Bannerlord. That's another great game, by the way. And they're coming leaps and bounds in that game. Leaps and bounds. I wish that they had a more like kind of like a fighting system like Kingdom Come Deliverance does. I think that was a great, that one was great. But there are games coming out here soon that are gonna have that. Like Dawn Walker is one of them. I think it's like you play as a vampire, a medieval vampire. That looks like it might be very fun. Let's see. What's the difference between a new career? One's a sandbox mode, and the other one's like mainly a story mode, as far as I remember. Okay, let's try. You know what though? I really do want to kind of try Mountain Blade. I mean, I like this too though. So let's get into this new career. How about that? Chaos Rain. Um, this is okay. So this would be after. God, look at all the mechs that are in there. That would be after the clan invasion. Shadow of Kerensky. During, I think, right? Yeah. Slayer Shootout, Dragon's Gambit, Rise of Saga, Call to Arms. What is that? 2025, 2026. I want to go back as far as I can go. 3015, 3015. Let's see. Okay, so those are all DLCs. So House Steiner, House Merrick, House Liao, House Kirita, and House Davian. Usually I choose House Davian, and I do. I start off on the right side of the map most of the time. Originally descendants of French and English nobles from Terra, the members of House Davian went on to form what is known as the Federated Sons, the largest of the successor states. The Federated Sons used their. Wait a minute. The largest of the successor states, the Federated Sons, used their significant military strength and noble heritage to maintain their role as protectors of liberty across the inner sphere, while their self appointed position as champions of freedom and democracy is rooted in their long history of valor. Their sense of righteousness has made them no strangers to conflict. You know what? That's why I always choose them, by the way. Founded in a. This is House Kirita. Founded in the early 24th century by members of the Great House Kurita, the Draconis Combine is as feared as it is respected. Solely focused on manifest destiny, the Draconis Combine's main objective is to aggressively expand across the inner sphere, no matter the cost. The Combine's rich culture, rooted in Asian heritage, is often overshadowed by the actions of the head of House Kurita, known as a coordinator, a dictator with an iron fist. The coordinator not only um, fanatically pushes to gain new territory, but also imposes his will on his subjects. Okay. House Liao. Struggle and hardship has always been a constant for those living within the bounds of the compelling confederation. It's 3015, right? Yeah. Surrounded by larger, more aggressive neighbors on every side, the Capella Confederation is perpetually viewed as the smallest and scrappiest of the successor states, kind of like Israel, I guess. The Confederation Chancellor, traditionally a member of House Liao, is an authoritarian ruler who controls the territory as a police state. Despite this, the people of the Confederation take great pride in their citizenship, as the decades of hardship have brought them together as a hard-nosed, unified collective. Okay. Now this is House Merrick. I usually have troubles deciding between the Merrick and the other one. Tracing its roots back to Austro-Hungarian nobility, um, hmm. House Merrick is the main ruling family behind the Free Worlds League, a melting pot of Terran cultures from North America, Europe, and Asia. The Free Worlds League prides itself on the democratic rights and freedoms afforded to its citizens. Many of the sub-regions within the free world space are allowed to operate in relative autonomy compared to the other successor states. While beneficial for the individual citizens, this can often lead to a lack of connection and solidarity to the Free Worlds League as a whole. And then we have House Steiner, another one that I choose House Davian, but the Great House Steiner rules the Lyran Commonwealth, one of the most prosperous and stable of the successor states. While the key figures of House Steiner take great pride in their connections to German nobility, the Lyran Commonwealth is a relatively peaceful mosaic of numerous Terran-based ethnic heritages. The various social freedoms, high quality of life, and economic steadiness make the Lyran Commonwealth one of the more stable places to live in the Inner Sphere. However, dissenters have criticized the nepotism and bureaucracy of the governing institutes, claiming that Great Commonwealth is beginning to become bloated and ineffective. That sounds like America right there, doesn't it? I mean, to me, that just sounds like America. Let me grab a drink real fast, guys. I'm sorry. Alright. I swear, yesterday I was on until midnight playing Helldivers, trying to help out everybody win the new fight inside of the zone. I don't. Wait, hold on. Let's see. What mechs do we have here? Got the Griffin, Com Beat 1B, Com 2D, and the Locust. Assassin, Javelin, Spider, Flea. God damn, I swear I think I caught a cold. Sorry, I'm really sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I think I'm going to start with Merrick this time. I don't think I've done Merrick before, or Steiner. Okay, career mode is an open-ended sandbox experience meant for veteran players. It is. I mean, I should have my own mechs, really, but it is what it is. It is recommended you start a brand new company when starting a career mode campaign. However, if you would like to import mechs, upgrades, inventory items, pilots, sea bills, and job progress from an existing campaign, you could choose to do so. I mean, I can, and I could bring in a lot of really good mechs, but I'll be honest with you, I kind of just want to start new and fresh.
In 2108, humanity began colonizing the stars. Their reach would eventually span a vast region of space known as the Inner Sphere. During its golden age, under the governance of the Star League, the Inner Sphere experienced unprecedented peace, prosperity, and technological advancement. But with a great rise comes a great fall. Beset by greed and mistrust, humanity splintered. The Star League crumbled. Technological advancement slowed. The great houses, each vying for supremacy, turned on one another, engaging in a series of conflicts known as the Succession Wars.
Yes.
Amidst this chaos, mercenaries became the proxy forces for the great houses. Numerous battlefields sprung up across the Inner Sphere, dominated by hulking war machines known as battle mechs. The year is now 3015, and these steel behemoths have become the tools of the mercenaries' trade. It's a lucrative time, yet one beset with perils of all kinds. Only the most skilled and brave among them will rise to become legend.
Look at that scrappy looking Mac bulldozer front. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of reading in this game. I'm just gonna warn you now. Unless they added voice actors to it, which, I mean, in the newer content it is, but the base content isn't. I really wish they would redo the game. I mean, some games, just in my opinion, would be a lot better if they, as technology went up, they just redid them. I mean, hell, what about Batman? You know, the only thing, man, the biggest thing I fear is if they do that, they're gonna add all kinds of woke garbage into it. You know what I mean? I don't want that. You know, that's my biggest fear. I'd love to see this stuff brought to new technology and all that, but not the woke shit. And this game already struggles with that. I mean, if you play the clan section, oh my lord, the amount of girl bosses in there. Whew, man. Alright, let's see. Welcome to Career Mode. Career Mode is an open-ended mercenary-focused experience. You are free to travel and explore the Inner Sphere as you please, running your mercenary company as you see fit. Conflict zones, industrial hubs, and quests from Nick's Cavalier's campaign are all accessible in this mode, but have been tuned to better reflect your chosen starting location. Additional career mode content also awaits you, such as new conflict zones. They are right about this. Biomes, max weapons and equipment, and unique quests. Good luck, Commander. Look, I'm happy to say this is one of those games that just keeps investing into the game. They just keep making it better and better and better. The only thing that I would say this game needs desperately is a quick join feature or something like that. And I'm not just talking like your pilot. I mean, though it would be nice if they added a pilot customization to this and a way to, have your mech join. Not just a pilot, because the Mercenaries is by far the most popular series. When they put out clans, that's kind of petered out a bit. This game's still kicking now. And it's mainly because you can have a pilot, you're a mercenary. You have a pilot and you got your mech group and all that stuff. And I get the idea is that you're part of a mech company, right? So really the squad commander is going to set the mechs that go out on the field. But then you have to eat every bit of damage that mech takes. You have to pay for that. You know what I mean? And you have to pay for the people that are joining you as well. And the repairs of their mechs. Now, if they would just let us have the players come in with their own mechs and stuff like that, I think that people would, dude, this game would be like a huge success if they did that. Added in a quick, this is my recommendation really, if they ever even watch this video. Look guys, add in a quick join, okay, because it's not easy to find people to play this game, that's for one thing, because it is a complicated game. You have to know what you're doing, what weapons do what, and it takes you a while to learn all that stuff. Again, it's not an easy game. But you'd be surprised how many people would be really into this game, which is why I'm doing videos on it, because I think it's a great game and it deserves attention. I think most people would enjoy it. So, yeah. So do a quick join feature, and also a character comes. I mean, it doesn't even have to be that in depth. I mean, hell, even Mount Blade has a character creator in there, you know. And now that you've added like stats, like traits and stuff like that to the game, like make it to where your character can earn those too. You know, the main character that I'm using. Um, as far as I know, I can only use. Oh no, I think I can switch pilots to other pilots I hire who I can train too. But at the end, the main character, I have to see that actually. Let's see. Let's see. Additional career mode content. Also leads you. Blah blah. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Wow, and wouldn't that be a hell of a label to have on the side of your mech? You know, like Molotovs on a mech. Wait, that's Hal Steiner's symbol, really? I don't think I could change the emblem very much. So sorry about that, guys. I keep getting down with those. All right, first of all, let's take a walk around our ship, shall we? I have no legs. I have no legs. I have no legs. What's up? Oh, it's. I was wondering where the mech was. It's all the way down there. I'm so used to running like really like a big mech like him. I think that's the assassin. Oh, look at little feet. These are all recon mainly. I mean, not this guy. He's like medium weight. He'll be my mech. All right, let's see. First of all, let's see about hiring some pilots. Yeah.
You're ready to stop wasting my time?
Man,
You're ready to stop wasting my time?
Who do we have here? These are fucking bad pilots. But look, they keep updating the way that the game looks. These profiles never looked this good before. They look goofy as shit. This looks more along like a realistic bend for what Mercenaries would have. These are crappy pilots.
You're ready to stop wasting my time?
Prepped and ready.
I hope your techs know their stuff. I'll be...
Meet you in the ready room.
All bad pilots. I mean...
You're ready to stop... Meet you in the ready room.
Thing is, I need, just in case one of my pilots gets injured, I have to have backup pilots.
You're ready to stop wasting my time?
Let's see, 3, 5, 5...
Prepped and ready, Commander.
These are very low skill pilots.
You're ready to stop wasting my...
Prepped and ready, Commander. Glad to join the company, Commander. Now let's kick them right in.
Meet you in the ready room.
3, 5... Wow, man, that heat mitigation and... God, that's terrible.
I hope...
You're ready to stop wasting... Let's get a move on. Time is money and we're wasting both.
Man, this guy's so concerned with my guys. Look, I've already played this game a lot of times. If this isn't like a first playthrough for me, so okay. Let's go through these. I need to change the paint job, the loadout. ain't gonna have any like really good weapons at this stage of the campaign. So that means I'm gonna have to wait for all the good missile launchers and stuff. This is a good build out already though. LRM ammo, so there's that one LRM ammo, LRM 5s, single heat sinks, medium laser, large laser. I mean, really, at the end of the day, I don't have much of an option now that I think about it. But I can change the paint job, which is what I'm gonna do. I need to make money. Once I start getting up around 40 mil or so, I'll be able to do more. Wow, they changed changed my paint jobs. No, I think as soon as I get done this, it should, yeah, it should correct a paint job for every other Mac too. Okay, I wasn't expecting to get an achievement just for painting my Mac. Considering how much I played this game, let's say they've done more and I didn't know. And this game constantly keeps doing it. What the shit? It's not supposed to do this. Unless they change something. I don't. Again, I haven't played the game in like a hot minute because I've been working on other games. Because I gotta go through every one of these. What? Why did it go blue? There we go. This really is a good game, though. Like, I really do highly recommend it. If you're into like mech war, you know, stuff like this. I mean, not everybody is, but we are a Milsim channel, and hell, one of our games that we were into the absolute most was Elite Dangerous. So, you know, you can still find videos on there of people. I guess they would upload videos of killing me just, you know, for killing me sake. Like, I'd be out alone, they would jump me or something. They would never show the videos of us getting them back and our guys like attacking them and taking them out. It's crazy. But that's the kind of I mean, that's the kind of games we get into a lot of the times. We get into all kinds of games. Matter of fact, if Elite Dangerous hadn't, you know, cut its own throat and went only to PC, I'd still be playing that game. I mean, it was a good game. That's genuine. It genuinely was a good game. All right, so now we got our max painted. Let's see if we can't pick up our first mission. Let's see. see what I'm talking about. This might chase me out of the game. Just having to read everything. Okay, hey kid, I heard about your old man biting the big one. It didn't even show the beginning scene. Now that I think of it. Tough break. He was one of the good ones. Rihanna reached out and said you were stepping up and taking over for old Nikolai. Good on you. I wish you all the best. Anyways, I wanted to reach out and chat. Um, kid, old Nick knew better than most that the Inner Sphere can be a harsh place for us smaller merc outfits. But there is also a lot of need for our services outside what those Comstar stooges over at the Mercenary Review Board will put into one of their contracts. Not everyone can afford to charter a certified MRB-backed contract, and not every merc outfit is flashing around regiments worth of battle mechs like they're the next Wolf's Dragoons. There is a lot of need out there on all sides, but if you're savvy enough to know where to look, you can find additional work if you want to take it on. Thing is, these places don't just let anyone in. You need to have some rep for yourself built up to show that you can get the job done. And with you and Rihanna starting over, any rep that Nick's Cavaliers might have had is now gone. I can help you get yourself back into that loop, but you'll need to prove to the powers that be that your new outfit still has what it takes to get the job done, even with old Nick no longer around. He just keeps saying old Nick. If you can prove that you still have what it takes without your old man around, I'll be sure to open those doors back up for you. Alright, so, hold on a minute. It's the least I could do for old Nick. I'll be rooting for you, kid. Best of luck. So, I didn't mean to rob everybody of the story, and it looks like that's what I did. So, I'm gonna instead go back and, let's see, I'm gonna start a campaign playthrough. Because I don't think it's fair to just, like, drop you guys, into the game without any context of anything that's going on. But we're gonna choose the same starting faction. We'll do House Steiner because I like House Steiner. There's an open-ended scene. Okay, that's career mode. Did I mess up? Oh, okay, new campaign. It is recommended that players new to Mechwarrior games play the tutorial to learn the core mechanics. Dude, I already know the core mechanics. That's cool. Alright, here we go.
In 2108, humanity began colonizing the stars. Their reach would eventually span a vast region of space known as the Inner Sphere. During its golden age, under the governance of the Star League, the Inner Sphere experienced unprecedented peace, prosperity, and technological advancement. But with a great rise comes a great fall. Beset by greed and mistrust, humanity splintered. The Star League crumbled. Technological advancement slowed. The great houses, each vying for supremacy, turned on one another, engaging in a series of conflicts known as the Succession Wars. Amidst this chaos, mercenaries became the proxy forces for the great houses. Numerous battlefields sprung up across the Inner Sphere, dominated by hulking war machines known as battle mechs. The year is now 3015, and these steel behemoths have become the tools of the mercenaries' trade. It's a lucrative time, yet one beset with perils of all kinds. Only the most skilled and brave among them will rise to become legend.
Sorry if that was really loud. It looks like they upgraded the graphics for
I'm at the
main
rendezvous
campaign.
point, but our contact isn't here. You see anyone, son?
The salvage crates at the last checkpoint were empty. Something's up if they're missing payments.
This is Commander Mason of Major Campbell. Make a note. Looks like someone is gonna need a lesson in paying their bills on time.
Mason, repeat.
That's odd.
Invasion forces.
What the hell?
Commander Mason, I repeat, a massive invasion force is attacking the planet.
Acknowledged. I have a visual.
It's planet-wide, sir. We're evacuating.
We need to take what we have and go. The fastest way is across the swamp. Captain, where are you going?
It's possible they left the cash at the last checkpoint in the city. Let's get the money and run, Commander.
This is reckless. We need to get back to base.
They're distracted with the invasion. We'll be in and out before they know we're here.
Let's hope it's not us they're after. I don't like this, son. This is a ghost town.
We're close. I can smell the seatbelts.
There's nothing here.
Relax. We'll be out of here in no time.
We're being tagged! Look out! Incoming airstrike! Captain Mason, what's your status?
I'm fine, Commander. Left arm is offline is all.
That was close. Return to base now.
I am not leaving you behind.
We were set up, and you're in no shape to fight. Meet me at the extraction point with the Leopard. Go! Now, Captain!
Damn it. On the move.
Commander, an enemy dropship is approaching your position. Move, now.
I've got eyes on. Identified. Hunchback and King Crab. Damn it! Brianna, any idea what these guys want?
I picked up some chatter about coordinates of some kind. That mean anything to you?
Coordinates? No, Brianna. Promise me you won't leave without Jake. Promise me.
Commander, I promise. Captain Mason, what's your status?
I've got a bug on my tail. Get the bay doors open. Coming in hot.
Casualty count is rising rapidly. Hurry!
En route.
Commander Jake is on board. We're taking off.
We can't leave him here. We gotta get him support. Dad, we're coming.
No, leave now. The Cavaliers need you. I'm leaving you in command. You're going to do great things. I just know it.
I'm sorry, Captain. I have to get us out of here. Hold tight.
Has to be hard knowing that your actions are what led to your dad dying. Either way, good old Nick put up a hell of a fight.
Commander, sorry to wake you, but our sitrep has changed. Head to the bridge as soon as possible.
I have no legs. I have no legs. I didn't make it out in one piece, apparently. I hate games that don't have legs on your character. But I assure you, you do have legs. They show you the legs in, oh, the computer's not on yet. Oh, chat, I didn't know I could zoom in like that. They really are adding a lot of new features to this game. It's like one of the games. I kind of hope that they keep doing shit like this, adding new features, new content to older games. I mean, like this one here. I mean, they could really bring this game around and turn it into something even more amazing than what it already is. Damn, I gotta repaint this fucking mechs. Damn, sons of bitches. That mech that he was using, I think, was a. It wasn't a Centurion. That's what Mason. The kid was using. Nick was using, Victor, I think. That was a hell of a fight for Victor. He was fighting a king crab. A Victor's only an 80-ton mech. I mean, a king crab alone is like 100-ton. He was fighting, the two other mechs were not minor mechs either. I mean, in total, I think he fought 4 mechs. He took out 3. He almost took out the king crab. But really, the king crab took him down by taking out the electrical facilities in behind him. Which you could do all of that in this game, by the way. So, let's see what they have to say.
Commander, good to see you up. We haven't really had a chance to speak since your father was killed. I'm not much for sentimentality, but I worked with your father for a long time. He was a good man. Hell, he sacrificed his life to save ours. I don't know what's going to happen next, but whatever it is, I'd like to be part of it. I'd like to stay on as your ops commander. That is, if you'll have me.
You kidding me? Your family, Rihanna. Or as close as I have now. Besides, I'm gonna need you.
Yes, I suspect you will. About our sitrep, it's not great news. Those bastards that came after us are in the process of setting up a blockade of the system, which means we're going to be trapped here with a tightening noose around our necks unless we do something about it.
Who are these guys?
Another mercenary outfit, by the looks of it. I don't know more than that at the moment.
And these coordinates they were looking for?
Not a clue, but we're going to find out. First things first, we need transport out of the system. That means a jump ship. I sent out a transmission right after the attack through the HPG. The message was for a long-time client of your father's and an old friend of mine. Name is Spears. He has powerful connections. I'm hoping he can help us out. Until I hear back from him, there's nothing we can do except lay low. In the meantime, Fahad wants to see you down in the hangar. The Centurion needs repairs and he wants to discuss them with you. I'll let you know when I hear back from Spears.
Copy that.
I mean, look, I've been playing this game for a long time, and they just keep improving this game. I mean, it's not perfect, obviously. Look at this dude's eyes, I mean. But it is getting better. It's a cool rifle. Cool armor, too. Those are more, like, decked out. They really did a job on Rihanna here. Alright, let's go see what that dude wants. Hey, we got plants. Can we grow plants in here now? Javelin. What? Wait, what? It's only mech that's up. There's a Centurion. I'll probably be using the hell out of that. Now I get to go and listen to the guy who gets paid to repair my mechs after battle complain about repairing my mechs after battle. Isn't that crazy? Go bitch about the weirdest shit. It's like, I'm gonna complain because I have work to do, you know? Like, I thought that's why he was here. I'm just being a smartass. See. I'm not looking forward to having to go paint these.
Hey, mate. Figured you'd want an update on the Centurion. Took a bloody beating back there, so fair warning. It's gonna be a while before she's operational again. Means you're gonna have to get comfortable with the light mech over in Bay 1 for now. She's a good girl. Won't let you down, you treat her right.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, heard that before. Anyways, you know the drill. Access the repair terminal here. Once you're done, I'll get started on the work, eh?
I'd fire that guy and hire somebody that doesn't have as smart of a mouth. I wanted to point this out real fast. So, again, I've been playing this game for a really long time. Look at the damage models on this. I mean, you can tell where he got hit. Obviously, the arm is the arm. But I'm talking about, like, the bent. See that rupture in the armor right there? And the crotch right there, it goes in. You can see the internals, the heat sinks right there and stuff. The leg, and all the wire mesh and stuff like that underneath of it. This game has come leaps and bounds. I mean, I remember the old damage, how the mech would look as it took damage. It looked nothing like that. I mean, not even close. I just can't stop looking at how good this looks, man. What I need is 3 pilots, and that's one thing about this game that's really cool, right? If you can meet people. Sorry, I wanted to get the noise of the shit in the background. But getting a set, if you really want to have a good time with this game, having 3 people that you know that play this game, which is hard because not everybody on my friends list plays it, obviously. Dedicated pilots that are good at like doing multiple. Look, the important thing about a really good mercenary, a mech mercenary pilot, say that's kind of different from like a house pilot, is that we have to be good at piloting all mechs. You know, like now you'll get treats that'll push you towards like a certain pilot or a certain mech. That'll push a pilot towards a certain mech as you get better and stuff. If you allow those traits to go on there. I try not to do that because I want my mech pilots to be generalized, you know what I mean? But anyway, back to the game. Okay, so I need to change that guy's paint job, but I guess I gotta start repairs on him. This is all, in my opinion, alright, so you could just go to repair mech. That's the easiest way to do this. As long as you're in a system that, well, you know, repairs mechs, it has an industry, you can repair that mech. Now, what I want to do, because look, you can see all the damage that's been done, all the parts that need to be. There's another way to do this that might save everybody money, and that's to go into the internals of the mech, okay? They have changed. Okay, let me start here. In the beginning, you were very set as to what you could put in certain places. So, in other words, you were set to have a hard point, a right arm, a hard point that was locked as, say, a AC-10, okay? When they moved into the inner sphere, when the inner sphere was attacked by clans and all that, they moved to more freestanding hard points now. And that's because the models that they have, the game models, the mechs, are much more customizable now. So instead of having a big AC-10 sticking out the right-hand side, you can have an AC-2, or some of the newer weapons that I think are amazing, like the tracking weapons and the rocket launchers and the SRMs, the SSRM2s and stuff like that, which are guided. They do a lot of damage, but say it's only 2 rockets. They've really done a good job with making your changes count. Now, can you turn a walking mech into a tank? You know, like you can in Armored Core? No, but if you ever played Armored Core, it's basically a jet simulator. You know what I mean? It's not. I mean, why even have a walking mode in the game? You know, and I played all the Armored Cores, and I liked them for what they were, but at the end of the day, it wasn't what I was looking for. What I was looking for is something more based in reality. I know, this is fantasy, but based in reality as far as the fantasy aspect. Like, I can do fantasy all day. What I cannot do is divorce reality from it completely. You know what I mean? And to tell me that you have a 100-ton mech flying around, and he, you know, every time the Armored Core lands, you can see metals scraping up, and I guess that's a normal. It's supposed to land like that. It's like, bro, at one point you're gonna. I mean, isn't it gonna tear the legs off of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it needs to make sense to me. I guess I'm just old-fashioned like that. But what we're going to do is something you can do and you should do every time. Go over to this right here, repair all inside of the mech itself, because you have a chance to save the individual components, which is the most important part. Not the money it costs to repair it. You're going to get weapons and items that are going to be very hard to find replacements for, so you want to repair them. That's what I'm going to do right now. Bam! I didn't lose one object. Still got the LRM-10 STs, which is good. AC-10s, yep, that's good. I don't have enough inventory to really change this around much, so we're just going to stick with the base loadout right now and repair it. Nobody ever told me about that, by the way, so I mean, if I throw this in here and it helps somebody, I'm happy. God help me, I'm going to have to use this mech. I'm so used to like piled in a really big, but this is what happens when you start a new playthrough. You have to start at the bottom and work your way up, obviously. It won't take long. I mean, maybe a couple playthroughs we'll be dealing with like the really big betties, like assault mechs and stuff, and that's usually what everybody's like, really keen into. Especially the newer weapons, like, God, I can't remember the one, but it's like a Thunder or something or another. It's a type of missile, whole missile system. I'm gonna try to focus more on the game. I mean, I like to talk through these anyway, because otherwise, why would anybody be watching this or my content? Because that's what I do. Is I cover the content and I talk about it and stuff. But at the same time, I also want everybody, I'd like those who are viewing it to be able to see what they be getting for the game. And look, I'm not going to lie to you, the game's not cheap, okay? It has a lot of DLCs. It used to be free back in the day, but since the game has really taken off in popularity, with all the new DLCs, all new content, it's gotten expensive. I mean, I bought in the game for a couple people in the 75th because a lot of them are vets. And it's just right. We're a veteran. I mean, we're a veteran gaming community. It's just the right thing to do. Wait a minute, what did I do? I thought I'd already done that. Alright, now let's see. Do I have to talk to this fool again? Speak to Rihanna on the bridge. Nope, gotta talk to Rihanna on the bridge. By the way, she is definitely not on the bridge. She's at the terminal. Looks much better with the 75th color. That's a 75th color, by the way. Red, black, and yellow. It's supposed to be red, black, and gold, but that isn't a hero mech, so it doesn't get gold plating.
Hey, Commander. I've received a transmission from Spears in response to my request for help. Take a listen.
Rihanna, I received your message. I'm sorry to hear about Nikolai. He was a good man, and an even better pilot. He'll be sorely missed. I assume his son will be taking over the operation. Nikolai was always bragging about the boy's skills. Well, I hope he was right. I've begun working on a plan to get you safe passage out of the system, but it's going to take a little time. I expect you already know by now that whoever attacked you has set up a blockade to prevent your escape. It's a large system, though, so we can use that to our advantage. As soon as you receive this, I want you to proceed to the outermost planet in the system. It's a little more than a hunk of ice with a few leftover mining operations on it. There's an abandoned power station there. Now, I've got it on good authority that local raiders are using it as a secret cache for their ill-gotten goods. I know you can use supplies and materials for your repairs, and I expect you'll find what you need at that location. I've attached the exact coordinates to this message. Once I have a proper plan in place, I'll contact you again. For now, be safe.
All right. Time to suit up, Commander. I've already input the coordinates. All I need is for you to sign off and get us there.
Understood.
I am so excited to play through this whole campaign again, really, and to be able to show everybody just how great this game is. I really hope it does lead to more people, diving into it. By the way, there's another feature I should let everybody know. So the regular game itself, the DLCs, as long as you buy the base game, and a person that say you're joining, like say if somebody joins my game has the DLCs, you get access to the DLCs for free. Now, obviously, if you're like me, you want to play the single player with the DLCs, so I own all of them. I mean, and they all, it's so great how they step up until the main event, which is like the invasion of the inner sphere by the clans. That is so great that they do that. And the way that they did the two games, this one and Mechwarrior 5 clans, which is from the perspective of the clans. Well, obviously, that's why it's called the clans. But either way, that's a newer variant. And I might download that after I beat this and play it for you guys. Or maybe sooner than that, so you can see the differences. It is such a big difference between this game right here and Mercenaries and that game. The reason that this game right here, Mercenaries, is so much more popular is because, well, you're a mercenary. You can go where you want, do what you want. And Clans, it's a story. It's more like, that's what it is. It's a campaign. It's a story. You get some... Actually, no, you don't. I can't think of... Besides survival mode, you don't really get any choices where to go in the star system. So, alright, so let's look at the basic controls. We have... Here we go. I'm going to have to read. Okay, so this is our first smash and grab. Okay, Commander, I'm going to drop us... Wait, and just a Jenner? Really? I'm going to drop us down well away from the target location, then let you do your thing. The target is an abandoned power plant. We know the raiders have been using the area as a secret cache for whatever goods they managed to pilfer from the various mining outfits. So with a little luck, we'll be able to recover enough materials to finish the repairs on the Leopard and Centurion. Remember the Leopard, that's the the ship that they're on right now took a hit from King Crab, which is crazy. He was able to hit him with LRMs. But these raiders may be a band of thieves, but don't underestimate them. They'll be motivated to protect their loot, and you can bet they'll be well armed. Stay on point and watch your six, Commander. Good luck. All good advice. Alright, let's check our contracts. I know all this. I can show you guys as we go through it. Alright, so this is only one. This is only one mission. Now, as my reputation grows, I'll get access to more MRB back contracts. That's a mercenary review board. I can't spoil what happens in the clan times. I really want to, though. I really want to. I mean, it's so good. This story is so good for just what it is, which is a Mechwarrior game. But let me read what this dude has to say. So, the smash and grab, and this dude is very important. So, I think it's Interstellar something. Expeditions, yeah. Okay. I have it on good authority that local raiders are using the abandoned power station as a secret cache for ill-gotten goods. I mean, that's pretty evil, ill-gotten, right? I expect you'll find what you need for your repairs, but don't count on them just letting you walk out of there without a fight. I don't think they're gonna let me walk in there without a fight. I'm just saying, bro. I mean, just throwing that out there. No damage coverage. I don't remember it being this low before, but I'm with it. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, so you have your basic, your pilot, which you could choose. This is the owner. Well, I can't right now because I guess somehow, I don't know, good old Nick was operating an entire freaking mercenary outfit, yet he only had him and his son and 2 mechs. 3 if you count his, the mech that he was piloting. Anyway, alright, let's get down there. I didn't change up anything on the generator. There's no point. I don't have anything. Not yet. But we will build up stockpiles, trust me.
Attention. Prepare for battle-like departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
God, it's so weird being in such a small mech like this again. Oh, they changed his armor too. Cool.
The
abandoned power station is located on the other side of the ridge. You should be able to make your way through the pass undetected.
Alright, now a couple
Javelin
things.
you're piloting is lightly armed, Commander. But what it lacks in firepower and armor, it makes up in speed and mobility. I'm sure you wish the Centurion was repaired and ready to go. For this particular mission, though, the Javelin is the mech best suited for the job. And hey, it has jump jets. They could come in handy.
Oh, they will.
Good try, Rihanna, but I'd still rather have the Centurion.
Well,
Alright.
can't blame a girl for trying.
Alright, so as soon as you get in, let's get away from this ship, so there's a couple things. For one, I usually play in first person mode because it's more of a challenge. But the main thing is every time you get in this game, no matter what mech you're piloting, you want to change the controls to fit your, you know, how you're more comfortable. So you just go in here, go to weapons groups. Now how it's set up is medium lasers fire like one burst, okay? Why they have this set up like this, I have no idea. But you can, instead of doing what they're doing, which is putting right trigger and left trigger, you could just put them all on one trigger button and go over here and hit Y, and it'll do chain fire. So this mech only has 4 medium lasers and 2 light-handed attacks, which without the fists that you can attach to them, it ain't gonna do that much damage. And there's no real reason on the planet Earth to be slugging it out in a freaking Jenner anyway. You know what I mean? You want to be like, you want to hit and run, basically. You don't. This is not an assault mech. So let's try out our weapons. There we go. Check out how fast it cools down on the right, because all of it matters. Speed, how much heat you're using. On the mini map in the dead center down there, hold on, let me adjust this volume so my voice ain't being drowned out. Alright, so down here in the center you got, well, this is a map in general, okay? But you'll see that there's a dotted line with an arrow right there. That's your hips, okay? So it kind of handles like a tank. Now the top is your vision cone. That's where you're looking out through your mech at. You can also zoom. They do have sniper mechs in here and stuff. You can absolutely design a mech to be like your dream sniper mech. I've done it, trust me. I'm not usually about that. I'm more like a brawler mech pilot, which is kind of people I'm looking for, to be honest with you. Not brawler pilots, but people who know enough to know what they're doing. You know what I mean? They want a brawler mech, or they're better at long range, or what's the other ones? An LRM build or something like that. You know what I mean? It just takes a little bit of experience to figure it out. You have to be careful about how high you jump to, because you can hurt your legs when you drop. Why am I running over here? Sorry about that. I was too busy talking.
Jump jet fuel low. Jump jet
Now
fuel
look, just
empty.
to show everybody, we'll go out to third person so you can see what the mechs look like and shit. That's usually what I want to see anyway. I mean, I prefer first person, but I get it. Graphics do matter.
Jump jet fuel low.
Now, as we play into this, I'm going to be switching to first person just because that's what I'm used to. And it's more of a challenge, you know, you get hit from behind or something like that. You got to pay attention to your sensors and all that.
The power station being used by these raiders
Okay, hold on. So, there's other controls to be aware of, too. You hit the Y button and it'll lock onto a target. It'll give you an idea of what you're fighting. Now, this red object that's in the front is just what they want me to destroy or take out. So, I don't think I'll get a reading on that, but we'll check it.
Commander, but you can bet its perimeter defenses won't be. My guess, the raiders will have turrets stationed around the perimeter. If that's the case, it means they must have a generator close by. Find and destroy that generator before assaulting the plant, and you'll have a much easier time.
Right there. See up on the top right, it gives you a readout of what the target is that you're targeting. That's a turret. That's a tank.
Heads
Now,
up,
if you get
Commander.
cut out,
I'm
see,
detecting enemy
you
units
lose
up
that.
ahead. Could be a raider patrol.
Copy.
This is gonna be a guided mission, so I'm doing my best to show how to play the game the best while dealing with them talking. But you could get upgrades to your sensor to where it extends the range, and it also extends like this, like a hack interference zone to where it messes with their targeting potential. So, I mean, there's a lot of customization in this game. It's actually sometimes I think it's a bit much for some normal people to actually be able to use. Damn. I was gonna say with this shit.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Wow, these medium weapons are fucking trash. Medium lasers. Normally they ain't.
Target acquired.
There's a large chunk of ice blocking the path down to the generator. Use your jump jets to get over it.
Thank you, Rihanna.
Target acquired. Jump jet fuel low. Jump jet fuel empty.
Ow, that hurt. Yeah, environmental destruction will hurt your mag too.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Jump jet fuel low.
With the generator blown, the turret should be disabled now.
I already blew them all up, so. Alright, I gotta go to first person. I'm sorry. I'm just too used to being in first person.
Okay, there's the geothermal power plant up ahead. There's a number of storage buildings in and around the plant itself. I suspect that's where they're storing their loot. Time to start your ground, Commander. Once you locate the storage crate, mark it for pickup, then move on to the next building. From my initial scans of the site, I've marked where I think the crates could be located. Look there first.
Roger that.
Where'd he go? There he is. God, that was crazy, man. That tank took a lot of damage.
Good work. Marked for pickup. Commander, it
Holy
appears the
shit.
derelict plant has a network of backup generators running. Destroy them if you can.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
love the hum of these mechs.
Targeted asset. Move up to it, and we'll begin the recovery procedure. Okay, got it. Keep looking.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
All right, that should do it. Go ahead and meet me at the exfiltration point. If you see anything worth blowing up on your way out, say a weapons depot or something.
Ow!
Understood.
Sometimes it takes a second to figure out when the hell you're oriented at. But that's what's so great about the game, in my opinion. Like I said, you have to have actual skill. After a while, you shouldn't even have to look down to see where your torso is pointed. You should already know.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Jump jet fuel low. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Jump jet fuel low. Jump jet fuel empty.
Jump jet fuel will recharge, and you can get upgrades to actually recharge it faster.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
You can actually hear the dinking in the background of the lasers once they reach their recharge potential. Wait, weapon depot held. Damn it. I gotta take out the weapon depot.
Jump jet fuel low.
I'll make extra money for that, so. Let's see if this is it. Normally I just walk through these buildings, but this is not an assault mech, so yeah, this is it. Gotta watch out for the explosives. Some of these buildings just explode because they got ammo in them. If you put it on chain, at least this is what I. Oh, that's an explosive. That one will blow up.
Nicely done, Commander. That should teach them a lesson. Now get to the exfil point, and I'll pick you up.
Every time you pull the trigger, it fires a laser burst. That's why I use this. You can hear it dinking in the background as it goes up, so you're never truly out of, you're never lacking a way to fight. Now you can like I said, you can always add melee weapons to your build if that's what you want. Katanas. Oh man, they got so many melee weapons in here. Maces, two-handed swords, AC-10s, PPCs, PPCXs. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And we'll be covering those as we get through them. I mean, a lot of them have their own style of play. Again, I appreciate that because when I used to run with a lot of people, it didn't really have that variation. Pilots were just pilots. Now, some pilots are better at some things and better, worse at other things. So,
Nice work.
all right, now we're out.
We were able to recover the materials we needed from that raider cache, and Fahad has already started the repairs to the Leopard and Centurion. You've made him a very happy man, though I doubt he'll admit it.
Some mechs turn farther right and left than other mechs, and you just gotta get a feel for it. Probably one of my favorite mechs is a Battle Master, for sure. Now, you know what would be intelligent? They have neural links in here and stuff like that. If they didn't make the cockpit glass, instead it was made out of the same steel that the rest of the body parts were, and instead it uses outside cameras. I mean, we have weapons in modern military to do that, so. But this game is not. Again, it's kind of old. Oh yeah, so at the end of every level, at the end of every mission, now your character's the only one who does this, Commander Mason. At the end, when you're judging a pilot and whether to hide him or not, the beginning number is like where they are currently. The end number, so like on ballistics on the top left, it's 1 out of 10. Now he's only level 1 in ballistics, but he has a potentially good level 10. And a lot of mech pilots, which you'll see, is like 1/5, 1/2, 1/8. At that point, you got to decide what kind of pilot you're looking for, because you're only going to be able to get them up to the max number. And until you get to like later stages, probably mid campaign or so, you're not going to find like mercenary pilots that have the potential that Mason does. So, and look, it looks like it was 23,500 in repairs, but we made 600,000, so that's a good trade-off to me, even though I took a lot of damage on my right arm. Let's see, smash and grab. Nice work, Commander. We were able to recover. None of this was in here before. They added like this breakdown with the map and stuff like that on the top and the vision from orbit. All this has been added. They just continue to add good stuff, and they don't charge us for it. So they put out DLCs, but that's optional. Nice work, Commander. We were able to recover the materials we needed from the Raider cache, and Fahad has already started the repairs to Leopard and Centurion. You made him a very happy man, though I doubt he'll admit it. Wait, didn't she say this? And while you were taking on the Raiders, Spears contacted me. He has a plan in place to get us out of our current predicament. Head up to the bridge when you get a chance, and I'll fill you in. Let's do it. Get our mechs repair first. So there's another way to do repairs on this, and that's just to click the right stick, and it'll repair all the mechs on your. And there's obviously on the computer it has its own controls, but again, I like to go into the actual loadout and go to the repair all. Again, this mainly works with like damaged materials. Damaged internals, like say your medium laser or something. And these little dots on there is like tier 1. It goes up to tier 4, and then you have like this really high tier that'll be just 1 bar. But and we'll see those as we go. But the medium, these are tier 1 medium lasers, so we'd really like to try to save these if we can, because once we're out, we're down to regular medium lasers. If you think these are bad, wait until you see regular medium lasers. Alright, we'll go ahead and repair all this. Oops. Start the repair. This is everything that we'll be repairing, everything that took damage. Headshot. See, that's another thing. You can see where the enemy is like targeting you and where they've hit you at. And they've done a lot of improvements to the AI in this game. Again, I appreciate all this. Now we gotta listen to this dude bitch again because we're making him do his fucking job.
Hey, boss man, that was quite the haul you brought back. Gonna make the repairs a bit easier now. But don't go getting stars in your eyes or nothing. I'm overworked as it is, and this ship needs a lot of loving, eh? So your Centurion is still gonna take plenty of time to fix. But yeah, like I said, nice job out there. Your old man will be proud. Now if there's nothing else, gonna get back at it, alright? Lot of work to do. Story of my life.
I get the character, how they're trying to portray this guy to be. My problem is literally, he's just a fucking technician. He's one of a million other technicians that are on this ship. So, like, I get that you can have friends in your unit, but considering you're running a mercenary unit, or at least Mason is, that kind of shit right there wouldn't go very far. I don't think it would. Like, acting like that, talking like that, especially in front of, other people in the ship. I mean, think about what it would take to, see, there I go, being more realistic than, it's a good game, right? Actually, I'm rolling a cigarette, that's why, that's why I was getting into it. But I gotta be honest, I would fire Fahad. I mean, if he's bitching to Mason's face, right? Imagine what he's saying to everybody else behind his back. It's always like that, right? The guy that's like the most bitchy to your face is probably the guy that's in behind your back, like saying some things that you would not appreciate. All right, let's go. See what Rihanna wants. I wish that they would redo these stairs. These look like Lego stairs, but in the vast amount of things I could complain about, the stairs. Look, there's another tech. The stairs is not one of them, I guess. Compared to everything else. This all used to be empty. Just to give you an idea how this game used to look back in the day. It was just some mechs here. There were no soldiers standing guard. None of this shit was here. They've just been steadily upgrading this game over and over again. And considering they put out clans, for me, I just appreciate they're still adding content to this game.
Good work with those raiders, Commander. While you were planetside, I got word from Spears about the plan he's put in place for us. Take a listen.
Rihanna, Commander, good news. I think I can get you safely past the blockade with the aid of a local mining company. To make everything work, I'm gonna have to find you guys a recycled mercenary identification number. A new identity, essentially. Nyx Cavaliers, for all intents and purposes, no longer exists. I'll match that number to a new name of your choosing once the time comes. So think about what you want to call yourselves. While I arrange that, you're gonna have to do a little work for the mining company in exchange for their cooperation. Things go well, they've agreed to hire you to transport some precious cargo out of the system aboard an inbound jump ship. Using the new mercenary ID and with a legitimate contract in hand, you should have no problem slipping through the blockade. I've attached the particulars to this message. I'll be in touch once you've completed the mission. Good luck.
I already reviewed the information Spears sent. The mission is a straight-up protect and defend op. Seems these raiders have been harassing the mining company, among others. Stealing from them, extorting them, killing innocent civilians when their demands weren't met. I've uploaded the pertinent details into the mission briefing, so I won't repeat them here. You're good to launch anytime, Commander.
Roger that. I'll see you on the other side.
Now, this is like... Look, there is no honorable or dishonorable meter in this game, but me... I play it like that. I mean, like, House Karita usually gives some pretty crazy ops, you know what I mean? So, I try to stick with the honorable mission givers. And if you read the operation, like I'll do on every operation I go on, you'll get an idea as to what side you fall on. At least in my opinion, you will. And you'll either be the kind that's going to go and help people, which doesn't always mean you're going to be on the civilian side of things. I mean, because civilians a lot of times are in the wrong too. You know what I mean? It's just up to you to decide what ops you're going to take and what you're going to be known as. You know what I mean? I guess as you go on. Let's see. The mining company settlement is vulnerable to raider attack, Commander. So we've got to protect it with a fucking Jenner. Really? I'll drop you at a safe distance with one. By the way, one Jenner, not Jenners. One Jenner. I'll drop you in a safe at a safe distance on the ground. Head there and defend it. Should be a simple in and out mission. Not. But no plan survives contact with the enemy, as the saying goes, so be prepared for whatever comes. Good luck. In a Jenner, I'm being prepared to be flattened. That's what I'm being prepared to be. Jesus. Is there any way to get my Centurion fixed? Let's see. Oh, I can. Okay, so, yeah, this is called the timeline. It just fast forwards. That's all it is. Here's another thing that I think is very interesting that everybody should pay attention to, and that's news, okay? This really does have a story going on in the background if you pay attention to it. Like here's a couple things, for instance, okay, because I don't want to waste too much time on this. When certain bots are released, right? I don't think this is, yeah, it is actually. So the Com 1B unveiled by Coventry Metalworks. Now that doesn't seem like it would make that much, like, who cares, right? Oh, it does. I mean, because it's telling you where you can go and get that mech at. That's one thing. And it's telling you there's new tech being introduced into the game at this point. You know, and you might want to track that tech down, because that's going to be cutting edge tech compared to the rest of the tech that we're using. You know what I'm saying? At least that's what I've done. I could, matter of fact, at one point I'll probably show my actual playthrough, and I've got too many mechs, actually. Too many parts and too many mechs. I had to sell off hundreds of, like, lasers and stuff like that because, you know, I like crushing these fools. But I do have it on a higher difficulty level in this one, so I probably ain't going to walk out of this unscathed. I'm not going to read through all this. I mean, you're welcome if you get the game to read the news. I can read the headline now, obviously. Com 1B unveiled by Coventry Metalworks. Again, I'm really early in the game storyline. The Com 1B is an ancient mech, like literally compared to the mechs that I'm piloting in my other game. But let's see what we got here. Let's see. So it'll tell you who you're with, and here it's so weird. The Interstellar Expeditions is backing this, you know, because they're just a travel company. But anyway, and our enemies, the bandits. Right now, you can see underneath of it, it has a level of a reputation level. Basically, it's all the ops that you do for them that benefit them. When you do ops opposed to them, it'll drop. And there's other things too, like it's not really gotten in that yet, but there's other mercenary groups, AI mercenary groups out there. And depending on a lot of things, your reputation, the mechs that you have, how well you do in battle, things like along those lines, that you could be on an operation, and if you're in another mercenary's territory, okay, they could decide to intervene. Usually they'll get paid by the enemy faction. That's what I've seen happen with me most times anyway. Now that could lead to them dropping in on our mission and trying to stop us, or the other side of it is that they could actually drop in and help us. I can tell you right now that almost every time I've gotten into a conflict with some of these, and some of them turned into big rivalries, seriously. One I could say right now, but I don't want to ruin a campaign. That span like the entire campaign's length, just like, you know, running into each other, fighting it out, and then separating and moving on, and, you know, over and over again, just repetitively. I want to keep it on normal difficulty because, or I'm sorry, a higher difficulty because, you know, you play it on easy, it doesn't seem very complicated. You know, you're not going to lose many parts, so you're not going to lose much money, you're not going to have to replace parts. I don't think that's a bad thing after you're doing a new game plus, and if you carry your mechs over to that game, right? But in the beginning, I really think people should keep it at least on normal difficulty, if not just at least normal difficulty. You don't want it to be like going there and dropping a tank in one shot, because tanks are not easy to take down. They have way bigger tanks than what we've seen in here too. They actually have troops in this game also, but they're in suits, like little. I forget what they call them, but they're little suits that fly. Um, so it's going to get challenging as it goes on, and to be able to handle it, to get those skills and the speed, and for you to figure out what you need to know to use certain weapons and stuff, and when to use them, because that really matters too. I think the more challenge you get, the more you're going to accept that, hey, I'm going to lose an arm now and then. You know, I'm going to lose a leg. It's not really. It's not really just that you're losing arm or a leg, but what could have happened outside of that. You know what I mean? So in other words, could you have taken a face shot? Most likely, what I do anyway. It's like a deflection, because I used to put all my armor up front on the mech designs, like here. I don't know if it'll let me in the loadout. Well, when I'm able to do loadout, the whole front of this mech was all full armored, but the back of it was low, like 10. You know what I mean? Really low. That's bad, because you get shot in the back and you might get crippled in your first shot. I didn't really experience that until I went to normal difficulty. On easy difficulty, it's just so easy that, you know, you're not really taking much of a percentage of damage to these weapons. So, alright, let's go in here. It's level 5. We get... I mean, that's about all we can get right there.
Mind the weather, Commander. It'll compromise your
Oh,
visibility.
shit, what am I doing? I'm an idiot. Oh, I will have. Oh, I don't have the Centurion. I am an idiot. We'll see. I guess if I can use this. I think I'm gonna get smushed. I could have timelined it before I accepted the op. In which case I would have been in my Centurion. I might have to, because I don't know if I could beat it with a javelin. Alone, with no other pilots. Usually you deploy with 3 other AI pilots. Human pilots are always way better, by the way. Always.
Okay, Commander. We know very little about these raiders' overall strength or sheer numbers, so keep a sharp lookout for enemy units on your approach to that settlement.
Copy that.
Jump jet fuel low.
Yeah, I should have saved it. I think I really messed up bad. I didn't even save it after that last stop. Hold on a second. Yeah, this is not... Alright, let me try. By the way, look at all the different... I've beaten this game so many times. All these have different mech loadouts in them, by the way. Like hundreds of them. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure... Wait a minute. This is my main right here, I think. No, it says reputation 1, days lapse 14. Days lapse. Okay, so this would be my main, I think 15. Level 15 is max reputation. Yeah, right there. That's the one I just made. I need to delete that actually. 14 days lapsed. I hope I'm deleting the right one.
There's the settlement up ahead, Commander. Looks like the raiders have already begun their attack. Get in there and protect those civilians.
Target acquired.
On my way.
Please help us. The raiders are attacking our settlement.
Please help us.
There are women and children here.
Oh my lordy.
Rihanna, something's interfering with my sensors.
I think the raiders have set up some sort of jamming device nearby. I'll see if I can locate it.
Oh, I'm gonna get tore up here.
Target destroyed.
That hurts, by the way, running them guys over. I'm an idiot for doing that.
Target acquired.
Sorry.
Fuel low. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Commander, the settlement is taking significant damage. You need to clear out these raiders, now.
Oh shit.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Jump jet fuel low. Jump jet fuel empty. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Actually, this ain't as bad as I thought it'd be. Damn, I'm surprised you're taking down that much health out of this. Look how detailed this outpost is, though.
Target acquired.
Nice work. These civilians are safe for the moment. Unfortunately, it appears the raiders aren't done causing trouble just yet. They're headed for the company's main processing facility on the other side of the mountain. You need to get there and thwart that attack, Commander.
Understood.
Man, I need to. Usually I turn on music while I'm playing this. I mean, I probably will turn on music here after a while because I'm not, I mean, I don't monetize my channel, so.
Brianna, my sensors are getting worse.
The jamming device the raiders set up is at the top of this pass, Commander. You're going to have to manage as best you can until you're able to take it out.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
That sucked. I shouldn't have did that.
Target acquired.
Oh, for shit's sakes.
Okay. With that jamming device eliminated, your sensors should have cleared up.
Yeah, much better.
Your onboard radar should also be operational now. You'll be able to detect enemies at a significant distance. Just in time, too. That mining facility is getting hit hard, Commander.
God damn, did you see all them freaking tanks back there? Ah, son of a biscuit eater.
Jump jet fuel low. Target acquired.
Yeah, it's about to get nasty. That's a lot of enemies. Even with tanks, I mean, that's a lot of enemies.
Jump jet fuel low.
At least there is no
Fuel
mechs.
empty. Target acquired.
A freaking army, man.
There's the facility. Destroy those radar units.
Roger that.
You made it! We need your help. The raiders are trying to destroy our facility. It's all we have.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
I ignore the other ones, they will like strip my armor off me.
Good work, Commander. That should make the mining company happy. Prepare for exfil. I'm
Wait,
on my way.
where'd the VTOL go? Okay. I guess it was never there anyway. Man, I love this game. Surge Sea Sandstorm is probably still one of my favorite games, but this has always been one of my favorite games, so... I only get 3. Damn it. Okay, so mainly, obviously, I went up in my lasers. Heat, that's the flame one I went up in. Heat management and speed. I'm surprised my armor didn't go up because I took some shots. Okay, Major Rihanna Campbell. Sorry, I was moving my mic. Outstanding job. Those raiders were intent on shutting down the entire mining operation, and that mobile jamming tower almost put a spanner in the works. Luckily, it didn't, thanks to you. There's a lot of people down there owe you their lives tonight, Commander. As for what happens now, Spears has been in touch. It seems we have one more mission to execute before the mining company will sign off on a transport contract. It's his mining company. Anyway, we need that contract as cover to get past the blockade. So we don't have much choice but to do as they ask. Come see me when you've cleaned up, and I'll give you the full rundown. This kind of confuses me because the unit that we're against is not. It's not a house backed. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna shut up. I don't want to ruin the game for anybody. Ah, look. Finally, my let's see what we got here. This is one of my favorite starting mechs. I mean, seriously, the Centurion is like one of the workhorses of all the mechs in the game. It doesn't have thrusters though, so you know it's gonna suck. But all right, some of the ways that you can adjust to say do a totally different loadout. Like for one, you really gotta pay attention because this is your armor values here. Okay, and if you go up here, you can see here they always shortchange you. And look, 18 out of 30 for your cockpit. That's where your character sits. And yes, your character can get hurt and they can eventually die. So it's better to just not risk that. Mason can, I don't believe, but all your other pilots that you invest money into can, because you can send them to school so they earn more traits and all that stuff too. But also, look at the legs. 32 out of 48. At least the arms are fully have full armor. But this is what I'm gonna do: strip the armor and max the armor. 48, and it still didn't max the fucking armor. I mean, I see why it's not doing it, because it'll put me overweight, right? But there's other ways to deal with that. Okay. Again, I usually keep armor still heavier in the front because I'm usually facing enemies anyway. Look at this shit, dude. 25 out of 32. That's ridiculous, man. I thought I hit max armor. I could have swore that's what I hit. If one of your legs gets knocked out, I mean, that's a good way the enemies can drop you. There's two main ways they can critic you. In other words, drop you immediately. Taking out one of your legs completely, or both of them, will drop your mech quick as... Yeah, very quickly. Or getting a cockpit hit. Like, they hit your pilot, you know? That's an immediate end to your character. I mean, the character probably won't die, right? But that doesn't matter. He'd be out for months as he's recovering from the damages from it. So it's better to make sure that doesn't happen so you don't risk your pilot. I know 30 is kind of heavy, like some people think that's high, but usually here soon I'm gonna have like probably hero pilots and stuff. I mean, one you get for free in the beginning. I don't want to risk them. So now we're 2.43 tons over. Well, what do we do? What do we do? Well, we drop it down and see that. I mean, I get it. It's not an AC-10, so it ain't got that pop pop pop, you know, the really heavy hit. But it definitely has. It definitely puts in some work. I mean, it's still kind of like a machine gun. Another thing I like to do is, so ammo can explode. Not only that, but with LRM-10s, do you really need that much ammo? Probably not. I mean, let's see. Let's take a look at this. 440 rounds at 10 apiece. So that's what? 10 times 10. So that would be 40 shots. At least 40 shots. And I think that's more than enough for an operation. Now, the AC-5, on the other hand, I do not have ammo here for it. And they don't have any on the fucking market either. Are you kidding me? There's no AC-5 ammo at all? Well, I gotta scrap this because it doesn't matter. I'll have to do this later on once I get it. Once I guess I get more parts and shit. But what I can do, let's see, how many rounds is that? 40. I figured it was 40. It's 440. Let's drop one of those. And then try to at least even some of this out. Let's see. Damn, this is like... I'm not going to be able to get much more out of this. It's 49.6. 68. I can only go up one more point. Man, they butchered my legs, dude. God. Yep, that's it. Unless I drop some out of my core or something, I'm not going to do that. Let me think for a minute here. I'm just going to leave it as is until we get more parts for it. What the shit? What was that?
Commander, it turns out the bastards who attacked us and who have set up the blockade are a mercenary outfit by the name of Black Inferno. Unfortunately, that's about all we know at the moment. Spears and I will try to dig up more information if we can. The time will come when we can extract some proper vengeance. But right now, we have more pressing concerns. Inferno forces are closing in on our location. That means we only have a small window in which to fulfill our obligations to the mining company and haul ass out of here. The company wants us to take down the raiders for good by destroying their base of operations. Once that's done, they'll arrange passage for us aboard the inbound jump ship. I've detailed the mission briefing and it's waiting for your sign-off. You're free to launch whenever you're ready, Commander.
Roger that.
Alright, just real quick. The reason I didn't change anything with it, with this mech loadout, and I mean for right now anyways, like I said, I don't have any ammo in the sector that I'm in, but we can't leave the sector, you know what I mean? So I mean I could change around a few things, like I said, like these should be in the legs, for instance. Anyway, I can't because it wouldn't be ready by the time the operation started, so. Oh, Fahad? Wait, what are you talking to me for through messages, Fahad? This dude really thinks he's something else, man. Hey, boss man, from what Rihanna says, the next mission is going to be a bit of a doozy. Good thing I've gotten a Centurion fit as a fiddle and ready to go, eh? I disagree. You fucked it up, but either way, it'll work. She's got plenty of firepower, way too much, especially compared to the Javelin. In case you wanted to upgrade, I thought you should know. You're welcome, by the way. It does, he gets, oh god, it's so hard not to respond to this stupid shit. Happy to be of service. Anything I could do to help get us off this bleeding ice cube, mate. Know what I mean? Alright, that's it. Talk to you later. Thanks. Alright, let's see. What does Major Rihanna Campbell have to say? Decades ago, this planet was the epicenter of a mining gold rush. Of course, it wasn't gold the miners were after, but rhodium. Then why was it a gold rush? Here I go trying to make sense. It was boom, then bust for most of the companies, which means there was a lot of abandoned infrastructure left behind. One of these mining locations is where the raiders are currently holed up. You can expect a larger enemy presence than we saw at the power plant, Commander. You'll need to eliminate all of them and destroy as much infrastructure as possible. Our employers want these raiders put out of business for good, so give them hell. By myself, with a mech that's, in my opinion, one of the worst outfitted I've seen in a long time, I always go for armor over top of firepower, because you have to survive till the end of the mission. You know what I mean? And most missions, you don't have repair points. You can't just stop and, strap on some more armor. Like, that's what you got through the entire freaking mission. Also, on top of it, an AC-10 has a longer cooldown. It builds up more heat. There's, the time in between firings longer. And really, you don't want to waste ammo like that on, say, a tank. That's what you got lasers for. You want to use something like that against, like, mechs or something. I mean, it's very possible there's going to be mechs on the field of battle here. You know what? I can change this just a little bit. It's just bugging me, man. But I still don't have any C5 ammo, so it doesn't matter. I mean, as far as that goes. But I can drop one in the LRM, which will give me some room to adjust. Fix some of this nightmare that they did on here. We have 49.5. If I get hit in the back, man, it's going to be like a one-shotter. Look at this. 36 out of 14. That's how I used to run my mechs, though, so... yeah, like I said, let's say you lose an arm. You're going to lose all the components attached to it. I try to keep all my stuff on the internal. Now, there's a risk with that, like how I got this ammo set up. Most people would put that, like, say, in an arm, because if you lose that arm, so ammo can explode, is my point. If somebody hits you and it happens to hit the ammo that's stored inside, it's gonna explode, and it's gonna take that part of your... I mean, where I have it right now, I know I'm taking a huge chance with that. I understand the risk. Like those 2 crates of AC-10 ammo, very combustible, and it would do a lot of damage. It'd probably blow the upper half of my torso off. So... in other words, it's best if we can possibly avoid that, obviously. LRM 10ST. The problem is we're starting out with nothing. Alright, let's go ahead and fix this. So we upped our armor 32 points, which is good. Cooling's only 1, but we only got 2 medium lasers and our engines. An AC-10 for when we need to smack something real hard. LRM 10s will work just all around. I'm kind of questioning how intelligent I am for not bringing that other... I mean, because that's like, what, 40 discharges of the LRM-10. However, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to be facing, so I might need more than 40 full deployments. But the ST stands for streak. So when they fly out, um, they'll come down like one at a time mostly. Okay, if you have just the LRM-10 straight, it'll drop like all 40, or I'm sorry, 10. They also have newer weapons that are going to be coming out later on that I don't want to get into now. But either way, it'll drop them in a streak with the ST. The regular LRM-10s will just drop them as like 10 rockets right on top of the target, which could hit more than a few of them are going to miss. I like to have more precise handling of my weapons. So, she's painting it up right. Yeah, she looks good. Yep, she looks good. I love the way the Centurion looks, by the way. Look at that. Again, I get it. Some people really like that fast-paced shit from, and which you can have that in here from Armored Core, but I think this game is what you have to have way more skill with it for one. Like, you develop a well, a skill set, yeah, and you might actually you might find yourself being more, what is that still changing? Yeah, it is. I'm glad I didn't do that. You might find yourself more inclined to, like I say, a certain type of mech. I like that. I like to see pilots and players especially being able to get so much into the game that they're like, getting, that's their preferred loadout. I mean, that's when you know somebody's doing really good and they're getting into the game and they're enjoying it. And that's all I want to see. I mean, it's crazy to me since I've been making content, and now streaming is new for me. Obviously, you can look back and see, but I mean, people get so defensive over these games. Like, I was talking about Delta Force, and all these fanboys were attacking me because I wouldn't cover the game positively, which I thought I covered it pretty positively, except for the cheaters. But even just going out, that was enough for people to try to say that I was trying to hide what difficulty I was on. I could have hid what difficulty I was on very easily. Like, what? I mean, the stupid conspiracy theories these people come up with in their heads, and then next thing I know, I'm getting offered money or I'm sorry, not money. It was subscriptions and viewers. Man, come on. I mean, what's the max? I mean, I think I got, what, maybe close to 1,000 views on some of my videos, mostly around 36 on average. My streams get about, I don't know, 14 or so throughout the stream and stuff. I'm not anybody. I'm a nobody. But yet I got these goofballs, like, trying to get me to cover their game. Imagine how dead that game has to be. I didn't really look into the game. It was Delta Force, by the way, as much. And I don't think the game's a terrible game. But I'm still getting messages in my DM. One just tinged off. And I guarantee it's the same thing. Somebody trying to say that I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what skills are in the game. The person wasn't cheating. Well, I already reported the person. It was 2 people. And it already came back that they were real people and they were cheating. Their argument is that it's bots, okay? In an extraction shooter, might I add. It's bots. And even if it is, it's not a game that I really want to get into. Not for a PvP, PvE extraction game. I expect to run into players, not bots. None of that makes sense to me. I'm just here to show people a good game and have a good time. That's it. And like I was trying to tell the dude, and then he got mad at me and went to comments and started blasting me, and DMs. Like, just, if you like the game, then play it. If you don't, then don't. You know what I mean? Why does my opinion matter? I mean, except to my friends who know me. And I guess other people who want an honest opinion on a game, I'm going to give it to you if it's good or if it's not. And I said I think Delta Force is really good. It's a good game. I mean, I guess he didn't watch a video. He didn't see any of that. But the cheating is out of hand in that game. It's bad. Why would I want anybody that I know, or even people that they know, or that grace my channel with their views, why would I want to misdirect them to a game that they're going to... Nobody that I know, okay, wants to play a game infested with cheaters. That's Delta Force. Sadly, it's their business model. It's not... The game itself is, in my opinion, a good game. But it's free to play. That means, and I know you know this, that means anybody kicked out is going to turn around and come right back in. They're just going to make another account and get in. There's nothing stopping them from doing that. That's why the game is infested with cheaters. And for players to get up there and say it's a skill thing, oh, this guy wasn't a cheat, dude. I have video of it. What are you talking about? The person standing in front of an AI getting shot over and over and over again. And he's just healing every time he gets shot. That's not how the game works. I played it enough to know that. But over and over again, it's two of them, and I reported both of them. And you can see it on my video if you look at the Delta Force video. But that game has caused such a problem. Well, not really a problem. It's the players. You know what I mean? It's these fucking fanboys. They have caused me so much irritation and I mean tried so desperately to try to get me to cover this game in a positive light that I don't want to cover it at all. Matter of fact, I kind of feel bad because the game, from my perspective, is not a game I would recommend to anybody at this point. Not because the game isn't good, but because of the fucking community in it. I mean, these are terrible people. I mean, the only thing I can imagine is they're mainly fighting bots and they want players in it. So they want people like me, I guess, up-and-coming streamers and content creators to make good stuff about their game of choice or whatever. What they don't get is the viewers that mainly watch my content are people I probably know. They're my friends. Even if they weren't, I wouldn't do that to them. You know, but that's fucked up, man. I mean, I get mad at content creators that I know are doing it themselves. I'd be one hell of a hypocrite if I didn't follow through on... I just don't get it. It's just a damn video game, man. How can people wrap their lives up that much into a game? I'll never understand. Alright. So this should be last stop of the tutorial, at least their tutorial. Let's see, we've located the Raider bases, the Raiders' base of operation. Decades ago, this planet was the epicenter of a mining gold rush. One of these mining locations is where the Raiders are holed up. You can expect more numbers than you saw at the power plant. Eliminate all enemy forces and destroy as much infrastructure as possible. The objective is to put these Raiders out of business once and for all. Let's do it to it. Oh, I'm going to make a little bit more money. Okay, so now that I got more of a choice here, check this out. I always do 2 C-bills. I know I'm not getting salvage shares. I need those. I get it, but this is only a tutorial, so I'll have more as my reputation goes up. Down here where it says damage coverage, I think this is very important. 400,000. I mean, I'm only making 725. I think for right now, I'm going to leave damage coverage off of it and just go with... Wait, what? It don't fucking matter anyway. I guess I could go salvage shares 6. Yeah, I need parts. Before I do that, let's save the game. Yeah, I'm one of them guys. I don't give a shit. I mean, right now I wouldn't lose anything because I have nothing. But you know, later I always try to save it, and I will go back and resave it and go back if a mission goes really, really bad. In a really bad time. Alright, let's go. Let's go, let's go. You know, I'd always heard that there were people out there that content creators got pressured, especially by gaming companies, but I would have never believed it. I didn't believe it until recently. Like, flat out. Now I see what content creators especially are, what they go through. Like how many offers, and I bet you money that there are tons of people that fall for that. You know, I mean, sorry, I'm rolling a cigarette real fast. I gotta set my weapons anyway, but I guess my honor means a bit more to me than I guess a lot of people. Honor means them, but I think most of the people that watch my content, I like to think that they wouldn't take that offer either, even if it means that I got to grow my content slower and my viewer base slower. At least I know those viewers aren't like cheaters. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos that are being allowed on YouTube now, but they're just flat out cheater pages. They're directions to go and you know, get this cheat here, get this cheat there. I mean, I don't want anything to do with cheaters at all. When I realized they were in my lobby, because they were on my team, they were in my squad, because I got randomly matchmaked with them. That's, you know, I reported them as soon as I knew. So I don't ever want anybody to think that that is not how I run this one. I don't want anybody to ever think that I would do that or condone it, because I wouldn't. And not just because, you know, whatever excuse somebody's going to throw out there to make me look bad. I just don't respect people that cheat. Not even a little bit. Alright, so LRM-10 is going to be attached to right bumper. AC-10 left trigger, which is good. And right trigger for medium lasers. We want to use the medium lasers more than AC-10 if we can. Because we got limited
These raiders were taking down on
number of
murderers
ammo.
and thieves, Commander. Don't show them any mercy.
Mess with the bull, you get the horns.
That's it. Exactly. I've got enemy contacts up ahead, Commander. They must have detected us on the way in.
Okay, so this is... man, tell me these graphics aren't good. Get this shit out of here. This looks really good. Good. End of the pilot. See? See, this is much slower to turn. And the handle is a lot slower because it's a 50-ton mag. Oh shit, that's a PPC. These things are taking a lot of laser damage. I'm surprised they're soaking this.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Yellow is caution. Red is obviously armor's gone. What? Damn, I'm getting hit from behind.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
There's the raid base. Eliminate all enemies and raze it to the ground, Commander.
Copy that.
Incoming missile.
That thing had a fucking PPC on it.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Ground forces have been eliminated.
Not really, I'm
Time to
still being
finish
shot by
destroying that
him.
base, Commander.
I can't hit him from up there, he can hit me. Fucking prick.
Target acquired.
dealt with you. Let these fools deal the damage to their own fucking base.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Excellent work, Commander. Now get to the extraction zone.
Yeah, no arguments here.
Roger that.
Get out of here while I still got my AC-10 firmly attached to my body. I knew it. I knew it was gonna be another deal. That's why I switched out of that mode. We're gonna check out this base on the way back. My arms aren't doing so well. Shit.
Target acquired.
I'm detecting an unknown battle mech fast approaching
Of
your
course
position.
you are.
Very fast. When you see it, get a sensor lock on the target.
Copy that.
Remember your combat training, Commander. Enemies will have a harder time hitting you if you keep your mech moving. I advise
Oh,
you to
shit.
stay mobile and keep to longer ranges.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. That's oh shit. Never mind.
Looks like these raiders somehow got their hands on a spider mech. It's fast but lightly armored. Avoid letting it get behind you. That spider is a slippery one. What it lacks in offensive capabilities, it makes up for with speed and agility. A deadly combination if it gets into your blind spots. This
Interesting.
one seems to have pre-existing damage on its right leg. If you're having trouble hitting the critical areas, try focusing fire there instead. You may be able to wipe out its mobility advantage. Nicely
he's-
done, Commander.
I was gonna say he's
Get
dead.
to the extraction point, and I'll pick you up.
Are there any parts? Okay, so sometimes when you move in duties, you'll run across like chests that'll be left out, like supplies. It's very smart in the beginning stages to try to, you know, to search them out. Just watch out for vehicles because they will explode and they'll damage your mech in the process. I mean, I like that. There's things you have to worry about. Like that right there. If I was in the middle of it, it would have did a lot of damage to my mech. That's so cool, man. They've done so much work to improve. These little things, they weren't there before. I just want to get out of here at this point before I really lose a body part. Alright, now after we get out of this, we should be far enough away to where we can start actually building our mechs. Just a note to anybody that watches the video, if you're into these kind of games and you know, you decide that you want to give it a try and all that, then let me know, because I'm always looking for pilots to run with. I mean, sadly, like I said, this doesn't have a quick, you know, like a matchmake feature in it. So you have to know the person, you know, be friends with them in order to get them into the game. So I got 6 of these. Okay, for one. Okay, I got 1. So 6 jump jets. No. They're not even selling the ammo. I mean, it's great to get the AC-5. I need those, but without ammo, they're freaking useless. Let's see, SRM-2s. SRM-6, that's not bad. I'll take these medium lasers, though. No heat sinks at all. That's crazy. No heat sinks. Okay, so I increased my heat. Looks like damage mitigation. I took a lot of damage in that. 2 out of 10 for movement. Yeah, I increased all my skills. That's good. Ballistic, I almost maxed it out. That spider mech might be small, but it's also fast. Excellent work taking it out. Thanks to you, the Raider forces have been all but eliminated and their infrastructure destroyed. Best of all, I just heard back from Spears, the mining company couldn't be happier with their efforts and have expedited the transport contract aboard the inbound jump ship. We're about to be given a second life, Commander. Yay me. I always go in and repair my mechs. Why didn't it repair my Jenner? After every mission. I didn't. Now again, that trick that I showed you guys earlier, when you go in, if you go in loadout and then hit repair all, that only works if you actually take damage. Say that the AC-10 had taken critical damage and it was blown up or whatever, the arm had been destroyed. I mean, the arm isn't really destroyed; it's still there, even though it might not look like it. If you go in, I don't know if it's like designed to be that way. Like that's the way I see it. You're actually in the internal, seeing if you can salvage that weapon or not. You know what I mean? But it might be a trick that I'm not even realizing I'm using. So if I am doing that, it's not on purpose. But in these kind of fights, I mean, it's kind of important to stay ahead on the C bills are really, at the end of the day, you want to lose a game, run out of money. That you'll lose a game. I'm going to be doing a video, maybe even today, later on this evening, here in a little bit, after a while, on a game called Mount Blade Bannerlord. I know that isn't like my normal tactical fare, but it kind of is. Really, it's like about strategy, right? And I'm sure a lot of people have played Mount Blade. It's come a long way too. I mean, really, the way your character looks, how he works up, get married. You can get married, all kinds of crazy shit in that game. You can take over castles, you know, from to be personally yours. I'm not that good enough to run a castle. Usually, I play as a mercenary band again, going around attacking like. Well, raiders and, you know, all that stuff. So, but it is fun to watch, like an army of, say, 120 guys go at another army of 120 guys, and you're in there as one guy, the leader maybe even, and you have to be able to stay alive, you know. So, but I figure I'd do a few hours of this, and then I'm gonna switch over to Mountain Blade probably. All right, let's see what Fahad has to say, because I really give a shit what he thinks.
Hey there, Gov. I hear we finally got a name for these bastards who've been chasing us down. Black Bloody Inferno, eh? Well, that's a load of bollocks, isn't it? You know what a Black Inferno is? It's bloody smoke, mate. All right then, nice chat. Gonna get back to work now.
What? Do I know what a Black Inferno is? It's black smoke. Okay. I guess that was like an insult. I know, I'm always critical of stuff. I don't mean to be. I'm trying to change the way I think. I think all of us are going through this phase where we're watching shit happen in real life, and it's affecting our, how we see and we react to things. Instead of reacting to them like, haha, that's funny, you react to them more seriously because after a while you feel like you're not in control anymore. I mean, when things are happening around you and you're like, no, stop, what are you doing? And that's where I feel like we're at in America right now. You kind of get, I guess, the way I am, which is, you get ready for the bad side, the bad news, way before any of the good stuff comes out, because that's just what you're used to, Right.
Hi, Commander. Thanks to your efforts, the mining company have kept their word and booked us transport on a jump ship. Spears has also obtained a new mercenary ID number. So, all we need to do now is choose a new name for our merc outfits, and we're good to go. I'll leave that up to you. Once you've registered the new name, come back and see me.
Will do.
This is the personal room. Again, keep in mind, this game is like over 10 years old. This looks really good for an over 10-year-old game, in my opinion. I always end up using that, really, because that's like as close as I can get to an emblem that the 75th would, or that I would use, because, obviously my gamer tag's Reaper294. But I'll make this the 75th here in a minute. I wish that they had more, like, Celtic crosses and stuff like that. That's what I like about Mount and Blade Bannerlord. Like, religion can play a fact in it. And I'm a dedicated Christian, so... Why is it that we never get games about, like, the Crusades? I was talking about this yesterday, or anything like that. People are just so busy wrecking on Christianity that, they don't even want to tell the story. They want to tell a story that, they've figmented in their fucking mind. Oh, well, the Crusades are evil. Compared to what? Compared to, the... Islamic rule that they had the entire hold on one second, that they had all of Europe in for a long time, where they had to pay the jizya, I think that's what they call it, yeah, or else if they didn't do it, then they could take that person as a slave, take all their property. I don't know, man. I think that we need to be happy with what we got, because we have a lot of good shit in this country and a lot of good people in it. So that's just my opinion, though, and I'll leave it there. Let's go back to Rihanna, I guess.
Okay, Commander. Everything is set for our departure. The transport contract with the mining company is a false flag Spears and I set up with their cooperation. The mining company has legally hired us to transport cargo for them. But in reality, there is no cargo. Just a destination and some very convincing paperwork.
So, where are we headed?
We've been asked by Spears to help him out of a jam. I think we owe him.
I agree. What's he need us to do?
Spears works for Interstellar Expeditions, one of the largest archaeological collectives in the Inner Sphere. They do archaeological digs and conduct research into abandoned Star League-era facilities in the pursuit of lost technology from before the Succession Wars. One of the expedition's dig sites has come under attack. A rogue mercenary group is intent on pillaging a Star League supply depot that IE uncovered on Brookland Prime. We're going in to help protect the site. Spears will provide more detailed information on what exactly we're facing once we arrive. For now, I've uploaded the coordinates into the nav system. Before we can launch, you need to sign off on the op and get us to the system.
Roger that.
Yeah, I thought that was the end of the tutorial, but I guess not. Okay, last man standing. The solution is dire, Commander. Wait, I thought we were doing good. Now it's dire? The Merc outfit Spears hired to protect the dig site has taken heavy losses and can't hold out much longer. When did all this happen? I thought we were leaving. You need to get down to the surface and reinforce them before the last of their defenses crumble. Unfortunately, I have no idea what you're going to drop into. So you may be coming in hot. I mean, I'm good with that. Once on the ground, the objective is simple. Stave off the enemy attacks until additional reinforcements arrive. They're counting on you, Commander. Hold the line. Okay, well, let's hold the line by saving the game real fast. Because, again, things can go bad real quick. Next thing you know, you're spending $1 bajillion on a mech. Damn, I gotta timeline this. Again, timeline is, you want to do that before... Wait, what? Anyway, you want to do that before the mission pops off. That reminds me of, what is that space game? I can't think of it now, but it never got very far. We were all hopeful for it. It was by Bethesda. Kind of reminds me of what it looks like when we would dock our ships. I had a lot of hope for that game, by the way. So many games have disappointed me so bad. We had so many chances. Finally, we could have had a good space game, right? With shit. What the fuck? What was the name of that? What is the name of that game? It's not Fallout. It's Anyway, I'm sure that you all know the game I'm talking about. You know, you get a spaceship and you're a miner in the beginning, you know, and then eventually you meet a tranny, or at least some genetic tranny. I don't, none of that makes sense to me. A clone, yeah, it's a clone. That's it. She's a clone that happened to come out female instead of male, you know, which I guess happens never. But I guess that's what I'm talking about. Anything with political messaging in it like that, that's just trying to sneak in that. And that's what I feel like. They're trying to normalize shit like that. You know what I mean? And stuff like that shouldn't be normal. I mean, we knew that. It's so weird. We're in 2026, yet we're rediscovering things we've already known for thousands of years. You know, surprise, women aren't the best thing to have on the front line of the battlefield. You know, big fucking surprise there. Women are good as cops. Big surprise there, you know. You know, you shouldn't let kids decide to whack their, you know, body parts off. These are things that we already knew. I don't understand why we're re-exploring things we've already known. Alright, let's see. So already we got another mission that's already set up for us. And this time we're actually against mercenaries, so there's going to be mechs on the ground. The objective is simple: hold off the enemy forces and secure the site until additional reinforcements arrive. That sounds simple until you realize it's just me. I mean, I'm the only one out there. I don't even think I have... Yeah, I don't even have access to any of the other things. So hopefully this is going to be an even match. Let's go 2... Go on with salvage chairs. I need as many parts as I can get right now. I do risk losing a big portion of this and any damage to the mech. Say if I take 1 million in damage, I'll lose all that. Normally, that's why it's good to take, you know, damage coverage. I normally do, but we need these. God, we need money and we need these parts. But it's going to be a do or die situation. And I don't think, I think this time in this playthrough, I'm not going to be going back and reloading it, unless it's something that like ends the game, you know what I mean? Let's see how well I can do without I guess doing a cheat save back. No pilots. I do have another mech though, just in case I find a pilot. Alright, here we go.
Attention. Prepare for battle-like departure.
Now this is what I'm talking about.
Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
Here we go, Commander. Let's see what we've gotten ourselves into. I'm picking up one friendly, just ahead of your current position. Unidentified enemy units engaging.
Copy that.
Mayday! Mayday! My blackjack has suffered critical damage, and I am under assault by Raider forces. Please, I need backup!
Don't worry, I'll drive these raiders back. Keep out of sight and hunker down.
Oh man, that is a blackjack, and it's not a very good built one either.
Target acquired. Destroyed. Target acquired.
Thank you, blackjack. Still chipping in. Got to get there before that blackjack goes down. I mean, that's a blackjack back there, but I don't think that's the one that's being talked about.
Another friendly under attack, Commander. Straight ahead.
Okay, it was. So I should have a...
Thank God. Pick a target and have at them. I could use the help.
Damn, I could have saved him.
Saved
Check it out,
who?
Commander. The dig site still needs defending.
Oh, that other mech, okay. So I'll be down one pilot, I guess. I don't know how I could have saved him and gotten there faster than I already did.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Dude, stop walking in front of me, you moron. Unless you want to get shot.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
It's a hell of a lot easier clearing these bastards out with some help, Commander.
Ah, there's Leon Freeman.
Yeah, said you guys needed some reinforcements.
That's an understatement. My entire lance was wiped out. They came down on us like a ton of bricks, out of nowhere. Wave after wave. Been holding them off as best I can, but I don't think I could have held out much longer.
Well, we're here now, and we've got your back.
We?
I appreciate that. Seriously. Can't tell you how good it is to see some friendly faces.
We still need to protect this site.
Copy that, but they'll be coming back soon enough. Like I said, they attack in waves, and they haven't shown any signs of letting up.
By the way, standing in water if you're like, you know...
Some defensive turrets. Those should help.
Yeah, I set them up when they started digging. There's a turret generator close by, up on the hill. It cycled off after the third or fourth wave hit us. It's still off at the moment. You want to try cycling it back on? I'll watch your six.
Yup, I do, but I need to take these fools out first.
Hostile contacts. Inbound.
Looks like a mix of airborne and enemy armor, Commander.
Right, I gotta go and start this turret up.
Target acquired.
God damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry about your building.
Target acquired.
I need that pilot, Leon Freeman. I need him. not sure how you turn on a freaking these turrets. I've never had to do that before. That's new.
Target acquired.
Okay, that's out.
Turrets are now online and active, Commander.
Acquired. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Damn, he fucked my leg up.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
There's a repair bay we can use. First, you need to cycle on the second turret generator.
Okay, I'm on it.
I mean,
Multiple hostiles converging
that would
on
be
your
that would
location,
help
Commander.
considering I need
I'm
just
picking up
one
10
shot in my
12
leg.
bogies this time.
Jesus.
I told you, these guys never quit. Stay on them.
Explosive barrel. I thought I was gonna step on it. Wait, they said that there was a. Okay, there it is. Leg damage is not something you wanna mess around with. You lose your leg, that's all she wrote. Oh, lordy.
Target acquired.
Keep up the pressure.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Nice.
Target destroyed.
I will avenge my lance mates.
Wait, what? We lost another one? Shit.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Let's take these bastards down.
Alright, now where in the hell is the repair bay at? Before I get slammed by another 50. Up, too late. Yeah, I'm not seeing this repair bay. And now with the turret system down, we're gonna be taking these guys head on. God damn.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
I swear, these Star League ruins bring nothing but trouble.
Target acquired.
There it is. We'll hold off for 1 second. Time to
Looks
get
like
some
they're bringing in the
repairs.
heavy guns.
The circle of 8 have laid claim to this site. It's ours. There's no shame in admitting defeat, my friend. Leave
System
now, and
offline.
we'll spare your lives. You've been warned. Fight us and die. Son of a bitch. They're fielding 2 medium mechs.
I figured.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
I agree.
Let's go get them.
Yep.
Even in the unlikely event that they do find a data core, I'll put C-bills down that it's either destroyed, corrupted, or heavily encrypted.
Fucking PPC. Gotta watch my heat. Now, if we can find water, that'll eat that. Ow.
That's the last of them, Commander. Hell of a job. Spears will be impressed, as he should be. A new merc outfit is already on its way to secure the site. Hang tight for now. I'm coming to pick you up.
I wish I could have saved those other guys.
Hey, Commander. Just wanted to say thanks for the rescue. Things were getting pretty grim before you showed up. I lost some good friends today.
Sorry.
Good pilots. I don't think I could have held out much longer myself. You hadn't dropped in. I appreciate it.
I'm glad we were able to help. Just wish we'd gotten here sooner.
Me too.
You know, we could always use another pilot. One with your skills, me'd come in awful handy.
I agree.
What do you think?
After today, hell, it'd be an honor to serve with you, Commander.
Then consider it done. Welcome aboard.
If there would have been 5 mechs out there at this difficulty, I don't know if I'd have been able to hold them out. Your reputation across the inner sphere is growing. I mean, I thought I was a nobody. Now I'm a somebody. Potential employers are inquiring about your services, and new employment opportunities have become available on the star map. Yes. Okay, that's new. Oh, okay, so I'm getting him as a pilot, and I'm getting his mech. See, I like, why did they even add these? Like, here with the assassin. I couldn't get enough points to get that anyway. I guess to share, well, No, I think it was only one share cost I could have did. So that would have been nice to have that assassin though. This isn't a bad Mac. Matter of fact, I used this same assassin for a long time to wild success, but they're not hard to find either. So I always try to get weapons that I don't already have. Like the SRM2s are actually really nice. They don't weigh a whole lot either, but I don't have ammo for any of them, so it doesn't matter. Main weapons that have been used have been the medium laser, so we'll stick with that. Look at that. Keep them skills going up, baby. That was some fight, Commander. And I see you also managed to pick us up a new pilot. Nice work. Having another pilot aboard will certainly help our cause. He's a bit worse for wear at the moment, but that's not surprising, especially considering what he's been through. Don't worry, though. I'll make sure he gets settled in. As for the dig site, it's been secured, and the newly arrived reinforcements should ensure its continued protection. When you've had a chance to clean up, come see me on the bridge. We need to talk about the future. Okay. Alright. I should be, yeah, let's check the loadout. Maybe I could change some of this stuff around. No, I don't have enough fucking ammo. Let's see if they got AC5 ammo. There's a market. Nope, just AC10. There ain't a whole lot I can do. Until I get better equipment, anyway. What do you got going on? Medium laser, medium laser. Damn, that's 4 medium lasers. I mean, hell, this Jenner. Oh, that's what. Yeah, this is a Jenner. I'm sorry. I was thinking this was a Jenner, but this is a Javelin. Anyway, those 4 medium lasers. It's a good slugging mech, and it's very quick too. Does it have? Yeah, it has jump jets also. Single heat sink. I wish she would stop doing that. God, put it in the leg, you freaking idiots. Yeah, ammo too. You get hit a lot more often in the upper body. So having explosives in the lower legs, now it's a risk. Like I said, it could be and I think that's what happened to my leg in that fight. I think it was an ammo. Now normally it tells you if there's an ammo explosion. I didn't hear that, so let's look at its armor configuration. It's 24. Look at this. Always 8 out of 14 on the arms where you have medium lasers at. This is insanity. It's crazy. What a horrible setup. Take some of these jump jets off. You lose your arms in this, and that's it. You have no thing. You have no weapons to fight with. So, like, I don't understand that. You lose your legs, and you're dead. What is that? 34.87. Ah, son of a biscuit eater. So this, yeah, center torso is a core. I mean, obviously. There's not a whole lot I can do here. I mean, I guess I could strip more jump jets off of it. As long as I have one jump jet, I can still jump. Just the jump heights obviously decrease by a lot. I don't use them to gain like a super amount of height anyway. I use them to do fast movements. But survivability is my top priority. And keeping the pilot safe. Without a pilot, you ain't got a mech. Okay, what are we up to? It's 38. 30 out of 38, 30 out of 38, 20 out of 30. Damn. It can actually hold quite a bit of armor. It's 0.87. Damn it. 35, 22 out of 32. That's still low. I'm hoping that most of the enemies can't shoot for shit. SRM 4s. I have an SRM 2. You know what? That's a good idea. Let's strip this out and put an SRM 2 in there. It's 1 ton less. And I can use that ton to upgrade the armor. I always play it maybe a little too safe. But what is the use of having a mech if it's scrap? I think the reason I play it too safe is because over and over again I've learned a lesson about keeping my pilot and my mech alive. Is that 20? Oh. Okay, so we'll do 1 point there and 1 point there. Alright, so now it's jump. I mean, it still has, like, what is that? It can still bunny hop, but it's got plus 96 armor. I mean, that's pretty damn good armor. The firepower is down, obviously, because I switched to an SRM2, but, I mean, as fast as this thing moves, and with the medium lasers, it's going to be more strafing than anything else. The SRM is just, obviously, it's a close missile weapon. I really do believe that this will be better for the mech, but I guess we'll find out. Survivability to me is everything. Without survivability, if the mech is just gonna, you know, peter out and die, I mean, then it's of no use to anybody if you lose it in the beginning of the match. Let's go speak to Rihanna after I save the game. Hey, we're in D-Berry. Alright, so this is what the mechs look like when they're in the middle of being worked up. It's so weird to be back here to not have enough mechs. Usually I have 70 mechs and my cold storage is almost full. Well, not full, but there's a lot in there because I don't think you can get full on this game in cold storage. But it shows you like the damage from certain weapons and stuff like that. I really like that. Like you can see where the laser is stripped from right and it started melting his shoulder and then it swung left. By the way, that was my ally that did that to me. And the right arm, the left arm with the shield on it is what took a lot of damage. So, and thankfully, because it has nothing important on it, even if I was to lose that arm, I would just lose a piece that protects me, the core of the body. So it's doing exactly what it's designed to. This is a jetter. I don't like the way it looks. Some of these mechs look like spaceships, like they took a spaceship body and put it on top of legs. But it makes sense. Like after you play it for a while, it's a teeny little mech, isn't it? Again, I don't know why they put. It just doesn't make sense to me why they put glass in the most sensitive part when they have cameras and all that. They have higher tech than we do. This is why I like the Centurion. He has a glass facial thing, but it's also protected by a lot of metal. I mean, it's very hard to get a facial shot on a Centurion. Let's go see what Rihanna wants. All these look different too on the paint job. Notice that they don't all, like, it's all the same color format, but it depends on the mech and how you outfit it and stuff like that is how it's gonna look. Check that out. That's all new too. Just always keep in mind when you're piloting your mech, if you see a body of water and you're like really into the brawl, you're fighting, firing PPCs, everything else, your mech is overheating and stuff, stand in a body of water. For some odd reason, I guess your mech just pulls water up into its legs, but either way, it does work. So, and I guess it makes sense depending on where the power core is. But the power core, as far as I know, is in the actual center of the body, which is why I put so much armor on it.
Hi, Commander. Excellent work protecting that dig site.
Well, thank you,
Spears thinks
Rihanna.
you did a hell of a job. A chip off the old block were his exact words, referring to your father, of course.
No shit.
That's quite the compliment coming from him. As you know, your father and Spears did a lot of work together over the years. Proved quite lucrative, too, for both of them. Hopefully, we can continue that relationship.
Let's hope so.
But we need more than one client if we're going to survive out here. That's what I wanted to talk with you about. Our next move. We're operating with a clean slate now, thanks to the new mercenary ID number Spears provided. A whole new name, new outfit. Now we need to get to work rebuilding our capabilities and establishing our reputation. Won't be easy, but nothing worth doing ever is. You up for it?
What do you think?
I think we better get started then. Plenty of war zones in the inner sphere where we can pick up work. A few safe harbors as well. Places we can hire more pilots, get our hands on cheap supplies. First, we need to earn some sea bills to pay for it all. Other than that, I see a bright future ahead of us, Commander.
Me too.
Speaking of the future, we have a pending transmission from IE already. Seems Spears has put the word out to his colleagues that we can be trusted to get the job done. Before diving right in, I recommend we head to one of the industrial hubs in this region. Pockets of relative stability where we can acquire new equipment and mechs, hire new pilots. We have more mechs than Mechwarriors at the moment, so it would be good to expand the ranks. Repairs are cheaper in these regions too. Either way, I've marked the location of the IE contract on the star map. It's there whenever you're ready.
Roger that. Thanks, Rihanna.
You're welcome, Commander.
Yeah, I don't think I have a fourth battle mech. I could have. Yeah, it's just a 3. I mean, consider how many mechs I have in all my other games. That's why I said, really, I'm kind of an idiot. I should have just brought all my mechs from my last playthrough into this playthrough, because I didn't get to experience all the campaigns, you know, which sucks, because the campaigns in here are so good. This company is doing such a good job, guys. It really is. I mean, companies like this deserve our support, because they were going to give up on us, you know. They weren't going to do any more with it, and then they decided to, because so many people wanted to, you know, were saying, I mean, they like this. They like the idea that we could go wherever. This is a star map. It's big, and trust me, it is big. And yeah, it goes outside bounds up here. I already know what this is, but I'm not going to say anything. I've started over here before. These, honestly, they don't have, like, really great mechs here, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But this is safe harbor they're talking about. When you see lines like this, these are industrial zones and trade zones and stuff. That's a school. If I wanted to put Leon in the school or something like that, which I'm not going to do right now anyway. Let's go ahead and head over here. Everything costs money, though. To travel costs money. Everything costs money. So, primary focus is money, you know, if you want to keep everything running right. Now, some of the things we have to have, I mean, we could pick up mechs on the field, really. I'll be honest with you, though. I might pick up a Locust. Is that 3 million easier? Oh, these other ones are way too expensive.
Meet you in the
I
ready
gotta
room.
see about the barracks first. So, this is a pilot roster list for hiring and, like, our
Meet you in the ready
pilots.
room.
So these are our pilots. We only got 2. And so we need 3.
Meet you in the
I'm
ready
sorry,
room.
we need 3 more. So I'd like to have at least 4 pilots for 4 mechs, okay? And then an extra pilot in case one of our pilots gets injured. Matter of fact, okay, so he's healthy.
Meet
Good,
you in
that
the
means
ready
I got
room.
him. Let's see. Matter of fact, what's his skills? 8887. 887-668. You know what? That's not
Meet you in
bad
the
for a
ready room.
starting pilot compared to
I've
all
seen
these
it all.
guys.
Now, I want to get paid for it.
You're a liar. You haven't seen it all. A 2 out of 2. 2 out of 2. You haven't seen
Prepped
nothing,
and ready,
brother.
Commander.
Frail. Increases chance of death by 15%. Yeah, no thank you.
Ready for mission briefing and...
Wait, that's a
Prepped and
trait
ready, Commander.
now? That's new. I mean, I knew about the other traits, the positive ones and stuff. I didn't know that they had added negative traits to the game. That's crazy. I wonder how you earn those, though. I mean, you don't go to school for them. So, I mean, is it just one that the character's generated with, or... I mean, that's curious. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Ready for mission briefing and drop preparations.
I could say something. I mean, every crew needs a female on it, but I don't want to be that guy. But looking at the other pilots on here, I gotta say that she might actually be one of the better pilots on here. It's 4, 3, 6, 3, 2, 2. Okay. See, this guy, that guy up top is really mainly a... Oh, she is the best pilot on here. Get this shit out. Welcome aboard,
You
Missy.
made the right choice, Commander.
I've seen it all. Now, I want to get paid for it. Meet you in the ready room.
That 7 for the missiles is where this dude is, shining. So how many pilots we have? 3.
Meet you in the ready room.
I guess I really don't want to hire any more of
I've
these
seen it all.
pilots, but...
Now, I want to get paid for it.
2 of 3, 2 of 4.
Meet you in the My history is my business. Keep it like that and we have a deal.
I mean, look at that, dude. Already he's putting out ultimatums. Man. Alright, anyway. Jetter, Mech Affinity, and Survivor. I don't even have 4 mechs, by the way, so... But I do have 3 million credits. I could buy a Lucas. Let's go and check. Javelin, a Jenner, and... Yes, I don't have a whole lot of medium mechs. I am going to buy a Lucas, though. Gosh, man, look at how much that is. Medium, machine gun, medium laser. Oh, God, no wonder. Yeah, we'll take that one. Man, I just stripped myself of all that money. Alright, let's go into loadouts. See if we can salvage the machine gun. Hell, see what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about right there. That doesn't always happen, by the way. I think I'm going to leave this setup the way it is. Because there isn't a whole lot you can really do with this, you know? I mean, really, I could strip out some of them single heat sinks because it doesn't need a 1.04. I mean, just for those 2 medium lasers. It's going to be moving so fast that... How about we do that? We'll take that off of there. Put that down there. Alright, now time to get into the armor. Again, look at these arms, man. So we got 2 tons to adjust out. I think that'll be plenty to max the armor out on this. God, a 4 in the back. That's a good way to get one-shotted. That's 7-7-10. That's about what I would do. Okay, so I maxed out and everything else. I just put the remaining... Oh, I still got a ton left after that, so... What did we take off? A heat sink? How many rounds come with this? Oh, that's only a half ton. Wait, that's all I got? Okay, I was gonna say. So now I got a half. I hate it when I'm left with decisions like this. Might as well bring in the rest on ammo. I mean, I can't. It's not enough weight to do a heat sink, so that's what I wanted to put there. Yeah, you got plenty. I mean, the machine gun ammo in this is... Don't underestimate the machine guns. They're actually fairly powerful. Look how small that is compared to... It doesn't even come up to his hip. Wait, so are the pilots midgets too? I mean, you'd think that the cockpit would have to be bigger. Oh, I get it. So that's why it's extended out the front the way it is, because the pilot would take up a good portion of that. Add into the control, add into that the controls on the front and shit. All right, we're done here. I have to be able to pay everybody, so let's see what's going on with the new. Oh wait.
I've seen it all. Now, I want to get paid for it.
Yeah, don't we all? Still the same thing. Wait a minute. Coventry Metalworks, yeah. The common one B. Let's see what we got. 4-player cooperative play is now available for this campaign. I mean, yeah, if you had a matchmaking session. A co-op session must be initiated by choosing co-op from the screen and loading a valid co-op campaign save. A host may invite up to 3 additional players into their campaign. As a host, you must be in a co-op campaign if you want to invite friends into your session. That's the key word there, friends. Again, they need matchmaking features in here. Friends invited to your campaign will be able to contribute to the advancement of your mercenary company by joining you on missions. Note that co-op players do not bring their own battle max, yeah that's stupid, mech warriors, or resources into your campaign. So what are you getting for it, you know? They will instead adopt a persona of one of your available mech warriors and pilot one of your available battle max. So in other words, the host has always got to be the one taking all the hit financially. And I mean, this is really something that, let me finish this real quick. If you do not have a sufficient number of battle-ready mech warriors and battle mechs for your friends to use, they can still join you on missions as spectators to watch the action. I mean, I don't know anybody who would turn that down, right? Just to sit there and watch other people play a game. But the important thing here is what it's talking about with matchmaking and stuff. So when a pilot joins your team, say that they're out on a field and they lose an arm, okay? Well, the host of that party has to pay to replace that arm. So what you end up getting is really, and it's sad, it sucks it's this way, but what you end up getting is you know, like the host of the group being hard on the pilots because you know it's costing them money. It could possibly ruin their game. I mean, that can happen in a lot of ways in a lot of other games too, but if they had properly designed this around co-op, they would have had a feature. I mean, because think about it. If you're a mercenary outfit, okay? I mean, are you going to hire a dude that's just, I mean, I guess you could hire somebody that's just a pilot, but are you going to hire a no one? You know, because they don't exist. That's what they're saying. They'll take on the persona of one of your mech pilots. Again, I could live with a lot of that. I really hope they didn't bring it in clans that you could bring your own mech or your own pilot in. So I don't think it's a feature they care very much, even though it'd be so easy in my opinion to do it. I think I could even program it to do it. I mean, literally, you're just talking about the guys bringing their own pilots and their own mech into the game. The only negative I would see with that, and the game kind of deals with that on its own, is the weight. Let's say that pilot has an assault mech, and that's what he wants to bring in. That's what he's comfortable with. Well, you can only deploy with a certain amount of tonnage. So that would, you know, in other words, people ain't going to be joining in hero mechs like the ones that I have and dominating the field. That's just not going to happen because the game has a system to limit the amount of resources you have out on the field. But anyway, what time is it? Man, I'm telling you, I think I've already been doing this for a couple hours now. I think I might take a break for a little bit. Here, let me do that. And then I read this earlier in the video. This is just basically this dude is talking. He was friends with Mason's dad, who got him killed. You know, the son got the father killed because he was greedy. But anyway, Richard Markson, or Colonel Richard Markson, he never even says how you know him or anything, so I don't know his history or his story. I just know that he is a representative, I think, of the MRB. That's the Mercenary Review Board. Those are the people who give us our contract and safeguard it. So if somebody puts out a contract and says, all right, we want this base destroyed, the MRB collects the money and holds on to it until the pilot or the mech, the mercenary outfit, does its job, and then it releases those funds. You can't offend, if you offend the Mercenary Review Board, that's very bad. That's very, very bad, actually. Because what ends up happening is you lose contracts. You know what I mean? You can't practice as a mercenary. There's mercenaries who lose their MRBs, and they can't never go back in contract work because every contract has to go through the MRB, at least right now. Now, further into the story, there's a lot more that we're going to learn that I'm not going to talk about right now. That has to do with the Mercenary Review Board and Comstar. That's what I love about this game, man. The stories just keep coming and coming and coming, and the more you get into it, the more the intrigue heightens up because you start learning things about, the inner sphere and some of how the politics are working, how the fights are going, and all that. So again, I'm going to be playing through this entire game. Like I did it. I've already beaten this game, like I said, many times as you've seen. It usually takes pretty constant play, maybe a few months. At least at my time, as my time frame allows it, because I've got other games I have to cover too, which is why I'm getting off right now. But I mean, if you can get this game, seriously, just the base game at like $40, it's a fucking steal in my opinion. I mean, considering the format of the game, you're gonna have hundreds of hours of fun playing this game. Or at least dozens of hours. And if you can get friends in there, I mean, a lot of the people I meet are that say if I do a party, a community invite thing or something like that, they're kids, they're younger people. The older guys are already in units that all work together very well. So, but anyway, there's an event going on in Helldivers 2 that I have to help. I have to cover that. I don't have a choice. I mean, I don't hate Helldivers 2. I love Helldivers 2. But, the event needs to be put out there. I mean, some of the guys were talking about it last night, and they're right. The game has a lot of potential, Helldivers 2. So, I mean, right now it feels like, the character I have in here is my second character, so I'm probably just getting burnt out on the game and tired of some of the nonsense. Hearing people defend a game that really, I don't know why people get that attached to a game that they'll defend it to that level, but people do what they do. But everybody that's in Helldivers 2 and games that like this I've met, man, the community is so good. I mean, and Mechwarrior 5 is no different. And those are all the DLCs lined up underneath the Mechwarrior Mercenaries 5 logo. But, guys, thanks for checking out this video. Look, man, I don't know what I'm doing with the channel yet, except I want to get, right now, older games out to everybody. I mean, hell, even Helldivers 2 is over 2 years old, I think, at this point. So, games that you can have fun with, that you don't have to go out and spend $100 on right out the bat. I mean, because there's new games coming out on the 20th and stuff, and I'm going to be all over them, trust me. I'll have them on the channel. So, like and subscribe to the video if you want to, see some gameplay or maybe have people to run with. Because I'm always down to run with people as long as they prove that they're not, like, that they're more tactical and they're not douchebags trying to, make a scene on somebody's stream, which always ends embarrassingly for them. But that being said, I appreciate you guys watching my content and stuff. I mean, it's been going up, and it's been going up pretty fast. And that's only because I think really good friends of mine really put time into this. I mean, they put comments up, like when I'm covering something, they listen to me as I blather, which I blather because I want to keep it entertaining. But this is a good game. I recommend it again. And I've always gotten good scores on this, covering it. So I figured I'd do it stream-wise. But, alright. I'm eating all that, and then I'll be back on to do some Helldivers 2. I hope to see you guys over there. And I will be getting into Insurgency Sandstorm tonight. I might be main in my